Make sure you throw in the
What is that? What is that?
Pro Auto Care. Oh, he's got a spot today. Good.
So when I get over there, give me your MAGA hat and I'll wear it.
I might wear it. We've got a family picture of all of us, all four of us in Trump gear.
Really?
Prior to the election.
Pretty cool.
All four of us, baby.
You got it on the wall?
No, that would be even better.
Yes, it would.
Out where I live, they're all Trumpies, man.
Right.
It's weirdos like you that live in the city.
Hey, my neighborhood, at least well, not the one right next door, because they're teachers. They're all conservative.
Frank Duran, the real estate man, baby. All right, I think I got a spot coming.
Classes full-size pickups under 85 pounds, GVW based on 46. Now get a 2019 F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months.
Crackerjack!
Not all buyers will qualify for full credit financing. 0% APR financing for 72 months is $13.89 per month per $1,000 finance, regardless of down payment. Program number 2103 2019 Ford F-150 not available on Raptor. Residency restrictions apply. Take the retail delivery from authorized Ford dealer stock by 5/31/19. See dealer qualifications and complete details.
Crackerjack mudjacking. If you need that patio, maybe it's your sidewalk. If you need it jacked up and get those voids filled, they will come out and mudjack it. These guys are great. They have got over 20,000 jobs along the Front Range already done. They're absolutely wonderful people. They've got the best prices when it comes to mudjacking. In fact, Martino just used them like 3 or 4 days ago. If you need any mudjacking, if you're sick of tripping over stuff at your own house, 303-410-7787. 303-410-7787. crackerjackmudjacking.com. I love that hat, man. I was warm. Actually, I was freezing my ass off.
What has that? Is George going to be late?
What's that?
Is George going to be late?
I don't know. It was so freaking cold. Now, if George doesn't show, I will do those commercials to fix it. This kind of sounds like you, Suzanne. The woman doing the spot. Not this spot, it's over. Just so she didn't have to hear it.
Garage.
Lexidents.
Call Don's Garage Doors at 303-738-DOOR. That's 303-738-3667. Or online at Garage Doors. My chiropractor is Dr.
I'm going to ask you about some updates from yesterday, what I missed, Dan. So, have some content. What was something I saw a bunch of Facebooks like, how do you replace stuff? Or here, there's phones right here if you need them.
I know. I got to do this to see it.
Standard data necessary. Out of granite. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. As you know, this is the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, honest to goodness, we try to make your life just a little bit better if you've been ripped off. if you've been taken advantage of, or if you just got a question, we have a list of experts at referrallist.com that can answer and tackle any problem out there. And I'm very proud to say, to date, over $200 million. Think of that in cash merchandise exchanges and refunds directly due to this show and my partner in crime, Mr. Martino, who's been doing this here in Denver for almost 39 years. It's amazing. The only show of its kind. We're not here to talk about politics. We're here to help you. We're here to make your financial life better as well. Here's the number. You ready? And I'll always tell you when we have an open line. 303-713-8585. Now, wait a minute. 303-713-8255. I can't believe I think I just said KOA's number. My bad. 303-713-8255. Yeah, talk. Or 303 Martino works all the time. You know, talk about a brain fart. I've been saying that number a million times for a long time, and boom, because I screwed up on the KOA number. Anyhow, I digress. The show's simple. 303 Martino, that number works on and off the air. We also take questions, and we can call you back if you email us at help@troubleshooter.com. Now, Danielson, what did I miss yesterday? I was out. My daughter graduated. By the way, possibly the coldest graduation in the history of Colorado. It was so cold, it was literally freezing. But, you know, it was a nice graduation, but I wasn't here. What did I miss? I saw some comments on Facebook, sir, that alluded to someone got something stolen or they lost something, but it was only sentimental value, not really any other value. Is that ringing a bell?
Yeah, that was a cabin. The law firm actually went and cleaned out the wrong cabin, and took all the furniture and everything. And they thought they should get more money than what they were offered.
So what do you think? What were they offered?
They were offered $5,300. It's a pretty small cabin. Stuff was pretty old.
So it was just like a couch, a TV, whatever.
Yeah, I guess there was a couple quilts, old grandma's quilts.
So did we get them any more money, or?
They sent us the pictures and everything. It doesn't really look like as much as they wanted. They originally came back to them for $40,000.
That's a tough one, man, because you know, if it's like a painting of someone that you could never duplicate because they're dead or they painted it, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, I think if they got $10,000, they would be more than well compensated.
So do we have a call into them?
They were going to, Daphne was working on that one, and I know she talked to the law firm, and they were going to listen to the podcast.
Well, let's get Deputy Daff's ass up here. 303-713-8255. Ryan, it looks like you held yesterday. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's up, Ryan? How are you, sir?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. What's going on?
Congratulations on your daughter's graduation.
Thank you. She actually graduated a year early. We're extremely proud of her.
Good. I've got a landlord-tenant situation here.
Are you the landlord or the tenant?
I am not. My wife is actually the tenant.
Okay.
And it kind of starts with a sprinkler system being overpressurized from the contractor.
So it's a house?
It's a apartment.
Oh, it's an apartment. Okay, keep going.
And the contractor overpressurized the sprinkler system, and that led to lots of repairs.
Like what? Give me an idea of some of the repairs.
Well, they had to get into ceiling and replace a lot of pipe.
Wait a minute. Why would they have to get into the ceiling if the sprinkler was overpressured? Generally, those are underground outside.
I'm sorry, the sprinkler system for the fire suppression.
I understand now. Okay, so it was overpressured and it was leaking, or did it actually go off?
Well, I'm not sure what led to I guess they just had to check the system or do something, but they overpressurized it, the contractor did.
Got it.
That led to a bunch of the pipes exploding all over the complex.
And then what happened? So it wasn't just your unit or your wife's unit?
No, it was the entire complex.
So how much damage do you have?
Now that's not actually what led to any damage. What happened here is that they came in and they took care of that. And I guess I should start with saying that my wife and daughter have a suppressed immune system. And so I required or requested that they do some special containment on the before they went in and opened up the ceiling, got into got into everything because it could have,
Ryan, what's the issue right now, though?
So this led to me doing some cleanup after they finished getting done there, and then.
So they had to cut the ceiling open. They had to make some repairs.
Right, and then after that, I was doing some cleanup of my own because they weren't very thorough on their cleanup job, and I found in the HVAC system, down below the HVAC system, there's a little cavity where the drainage for the condensation on the HVAC system goes, and up and down all four sides of that cavity there was black mold growing pretty heavily.
Oh my God! So did you show the complex? I assume. I guess what I'm trying to get to is why are you calling?
Right now, and I apologize. It's a little bit of a long story. I went through like an entire month here that my wife and daughter were in a hotel, trying to stay out of it while they were doing the whole thing. So anyway, they found this mold up and down the little cavity in there. I got them back, contacted them back, and they came back out, and so the long story short is that they did take care of it.
Oh my God, Ryan! Why? Give me a little here, man. Throw me a bone. How can I help you?
Well, I'm out. We moved out.
Okay.
My wife and daughter have a condition called SIRS, and that leads to
their immune system isn't what it should be.
So they did not handle it correctly is the problem.
Got it.
And my wife and daughter are seeing some specialists in New Mexico and Utah.
Are you saying because of this black mold that
Not because of this. I'm saying prior to this.
Okay.
They're seeing specialists. So I asked them to handle it, a little more gingerly than they would handle it in a lot of the other apartment rooms, and they did do that, but they didn't do it correctly.
So what are you asking for, Ryan? If I could wave a magic wand, what are you looking for? Compensation for something?
Well, that's all I want to do. Is what I'm saying is we ended up moving out due to her doctor and her other specialist saying that the place is never going to be okay for us.
Did you break the lease? Was there any issue there?
We broke the lease.
Okay, and are they coming after you? Is this where the issue comes down to?
This is where the issue comes down to. Is they're coming after us for over $5,000.
Well, man, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have your day in court. And if you can convince the judge that basically they broke the lease because there was issues and it wasn't inhabitable, then maybe you'll win. I mean, it's a very odd circumstance. You broke the lease, man. You should have done it the proper way.
Which would be?
You give them notice saying this stuff needs to be fixed by this time.
Constructive eviction. Right?
Yeah, constructive eviction. But, I mean, you'll have your chance in court anyhow to try to prove that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having.
But if they didn't, if all they did was open up, I understand your wife and daughter have some issues. I get that. But if all they did was open up this drywall, is it your contention that 100% that this added to their issues?
Well, most
do you have a doctor? Do you have a doctor saying because this mold was there, they are now sick or something happened?
Well, their condition is that they have extreme sensitivity to mold spores. So if you disturb a mold colony, it sends off millions of mold spores.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's going to be the apartment complex's issue. I mean, honest to God, I mean, I don't know.
Well, it seems to me that and I'm in construction, I know a lot of things, but it seems to me that the way that the HVAC system works there, that they would have come across this in several other complexes.
Yeah.
And I went down and I checked with the gentleman and his wife and daughter living below me.
Ryan, the bottom line is you're going to have your day in court. Now, if they just put you out for collections, I mean, you might want to go after them. But you're going to have your day in court, that's it. Honestly, my gut feeling says you probably owe it because you didn't break the lease properly or you didn't get out of the lease properly. But, you know, that's not legal advice. That's just my gut on this, man.
Right. Well, and it was time sensitive. I couldn't have my wife in that environment.
Well, I understand where you're coming from, and I get it, but I do not think that rises to the point of you being able to cancel that lease and still not owe them money. Now, if they turned around and rented it out, let's say they rented it out in 30 days and you had 4 months left, you're not going to owe for 4 months. You would only owe for that 30 days.
Okay, right.
So, but you've got to figure that stuff out with them. What do they say real quick? And this is my last question to you. What do they say when you say, hey, I had to get out of there because of the black mold? Do they say, we don't care, you broke the lease?
Well, that's pretty much right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be where it's at, man. I mean, that's going to be where it's at. You're either going to have your day in court if they come after you, or they're going to put it on your credit, and you're going to have problems with your credit, maybe renting another place. And if that's the case, you might have to go after them.
Well, we're in another place. We got out of there in about...
Yeah. Well, if they really want to collect from you, you'll have your day in court. It's simple as that.
Okay.
All right?
Well, do you have anybody that I can talk to, a lawyer or somebody that you recommend?
I would call David Salisbury on this one.
Okay.
Yep. He's on our referral list at referrallist.com. There's another guy. I don't know if he's doing it anymore. He's not on the referral list because all he does is basically the landlord side. But he does do some tenant side occasionally. He might not do it anymore, honestly, though, but he might be worth a call because he's one of the best. His name is Brandon Siglian.
Okay.
All right. I've got to cut you loose, so, man, all right?
All right. I appreciate
you. You got it, Ryan. 303-713-8255. I don't know really how to help him. I mean, he should have done a constructive eviction. He should have done it the right way. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I brought my ass up.
I got a picture of it.
There you go.
Is George not coming?
I guess not. They're not coming. Which works for me because I need to find the modular sale.
Yes.
I found my pen.
What do I got coming up?
It was on the floor.
Showers likely this afternoon with a high near 49. Tonight, showers continue overnight with a low around 36. Right now, mostly cloudy in Denver and 44. If your traffic and weather, I see wax.
So I spoke to...
What's that? Hold on, guys.
First responders, be sure to ask about additional appreciation cash on top of amazing Memorial Day offers. But hurry, it all ends May 31st.
You know what? George Donaldson owns Fix It 24/7, and I have to tell you something. These guys do some of the best deals I've ever seen out there. How about this? How about for $69, they'll come out and make sure that air conditioner is ready when it finally gets hot. I realize it just snowed yesterday, but think about that. They're going to come out and do a full tune-up on that. They're going to make sure it is ready once we start getting 80, 90-degree days. The problem is, if you wait till it gets hot, this is a $200 or $300 service. And if you call right now, and you're a new customer, they're going to do the furnace as well. They're going to do a full tune-up on your furnace to make sure it's ready for next year, a full tune-up on your AC to make sure it's ready for next month. You're going to love these guys. Fix It 24/7. You can go to fixmyhome.com and get all the information. But George Donaldson's a great guy. He's been around for a long time, and he guarantees you're not going to get the same work done at a better price anywhere. Ready? 720-526-3939 or fixmyhome.com.
So that cabin that was emptied out.
Oh, good. You've got an update?
Well, not really. The company that was handling.
You can free up Ryan, babe.
She was snarky and she's like, I'll listen to the podcast, but I'm not going to talk to you. And then the law firm has never called me back. I've left 3 messages with the law firm.
So they had offered her $5,300.
I think she should take it.
She asked for $40,000.
Oh, dear God.
It's a 10 by 20, or maybe
Yeah, but what was she saying was worth so much?
You know, show him the pictures. There's nothing. It's,
So I'll email.
oh, here, I have it right here.
You just email.
Yeah.
Just the ones, not the empty one. But apparently there were some quilts. If she got 10 grand,
She doesn't have a picture of the quilts, so.
Right, you're right. Then she went down to 20 grand. They definitely did wrong. There's no doubt there. But man, the stuff
But
in there.
I said to her, look, from somebody who lost everything in a fire, it's depreciated value. And something is sentimental to you, it's not worth what you think it's worth in your mind.
No, it is not depreciated value, is it? It's cost of.
Was that the only one this?
Insurance.
Right, but they can, so I also
Got it.
suggested that she do it, that she go through her insurance and then let them go after.
I'd rather do them live, honest to God.
Yeah, they could,
So you could say steal.
Hold on, guys.
it basically was.
833 Rex Home. 833
I told her it was like that.
833 Rex.
Okay, I sent those pictures.
Hold on, guys.
976-010.
All right, honesty, integrity, knowledge, experience. Who is that? Sheridan Auto Tech. These guys are great. Kevin Calkin is the owner's name. Kevin is in with us all the time, and he is an absolutely wonderful man. I trust him 100%. I bring my vehicles there. He has helped us out on the show. But if you need anything done, it is a repair shop that we know and trust. Call up anytime. They'll get an appointment going. They sell tires. They do alternators, brakes, you name it, they do it. Sheridan Auto Tech, SheridanAutoTech.com. Just go there, SheridanAutoTech.com.
You don't use the uncle.
I don't use the Uncle Kevin.
I sent you the pictures, Mark. And if you start with the first one that I sent, or it shows you what was.
I wonder why he told that. Who did you hear it from? I don't know. It's just odd. Okay.
Louis Howard Smith.
You know, on that poor guy with the wife and daughter that are sick, you know, a constructive eviction, I don't even know if he would have got that. Because you have some ailment does not mean you can just leave an apartment complex. And the other part with a constructive eviction, in most circumstances, in fact, I think almost all circumstances, it doesn't give you the right to stop paying rent. You know, you're guaranteed basically quiet enjoyment of the premises, but you can't just simply say, hey, there's mold over here. It looks like they were mitigating it. They were fixing it. He should have given them written notice. I just don't see that going anywhere, and I know people hate hearing that. But just because something goes wrong, it is very hard to get out of a lease. I mean, really, it's got to be to the part where you really can't live there, like it flooded, or the toilets don't work, or, you know, there's no gas, there's no electric. It's got to be a pretty big deal. It really does. 303-713-8255. Brian, what's your comment on line one? Brian.
Hey, Mark.
What's up? I'm good, bro. What's up?
I feel bad for this gentleman and his family. The question is, how long was this water?
It didn't sound like very long. He said they got in there and repaired it fairly quick, but then he found mold.
But black mold takes a little while before it.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
Mold.
It could have, yeah, yes, and I don't know if he had it tested. I wasn't going to get into that. His entire thing was, can they come after me? Yeah, of course they can come after. Eventually, they're going to have to prove it.
Right, and if that was truly black mold, it's been there for a while, I would assume that his daughter and wife would have been sick prior to this.
Yeah, I mean, basically, he's going to have to show a substantial interference with the use and enjoyment of that premise, no matter how you look at it, and I don't think that was the case. I do appreciate that comment, Brian. 303-713-8255, one line open, Deputy Daff. Did we call up? Yesterday, you guys had a call, and I guess about somebody went up, they went to the wrong cabin, they emptied out the cabin, got rid of the stuff. What'd they do, throw it away, by the way? It was junk?
They gave it away to ARC.
So it's gone.
It's gone.
No matter what, it's gone.
They have a clean slate.
And they acknowledged the mistake. They said it's going to be $5,600. They want to give this person $5,600 for this stuff. She, I just heard, wanted how much?
I believe it was $40,000.
That was original, then she dropped it to 20, yeah.
Yeah.
Then to 20. I mean, it's a very small place. Did you talk to this, what is it, an insurance company? Who is it?
Well, so Fraser Abel is the law firm that hired this name, Lewis, Brisbois,
Yeah.
Bisgard Smith, this company, to handle the clearing out.
So who's handling the negotiations about the money? The attorneys, I
The
assume?
attorneys, but they will not return my call. I spoke to
Why-
Nancy Cohen.
What is your gut on this, both of you? It's a small cabin. Does she have a bunch of junk she's trying to get too much money for?
I sent you the pictures. I believe...
You sent me pictures of it?
I
Dan,
did.
if we put these up on Facebook?
We have. We can put them up again.
Put them up. I want to see these for the first time, too.
As someone who has lost everything in a fire, I'm looking at the items, and I believe that she should run away with the $5,300.
Okay, I got to look at these.
And they have a clean cabin now. It's a cute cabin.
Daphne, oh man, you sent a ton of pictures.
No, start with the...
You know, it's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know. I'm seeing some receipts. It's an old cabin. It's very small. Did they like... That refrigerator looks like it's from the honeymooners.
Yeah, the only thing that I love in there is that stove.
Yeah, well, that stove's probably got some value. I'd be curious
But
on
they
it, but...
didn't take the stove.
They didn't?
They did not take the
Well,
stove.
I mean, honestly, that refrigerator's worth very little.
Oh, I think the only thing were the lamps, the oil lamps.
And there's some
maybe that
pictures.
picture hanging on the wall.
The
And then
two-cylinder blocks by the fireplace.
She said that there
I
were
don't
2
know.
quilts, but even that, when you add everything up and you look at the items,
Yeah.
I think $5,300 is suitable.
But those placemats on that table.
Yo, those are the best.
irreplaceable.
Those are the best. I've only looked at a few pictures. I just don't see much.
Hey, what about her
It sucks that it happens. It does suck that it happens, but still, even we don't necessarily put a big dollar amount on sentimental value. And if that's what she's saying, but I still don't understand that with the refrigerator. Like I said, maybe a painting that your mother made and now she's dead and it can't be duplicated or replicated, then maybe. But to say this refrigerator has some kind of value more than what it actually can be sold for is a stretch. Dan, what is your question? Dan, how are you today?
I'm doing okay. I just had a car question for you.
What you got, sir?
Well, I have a used car that we sold to my daughter a couple of years ago,
Okay.
but she never registered it or titled it, and now she wants to sell it. Is the easiest thing to do just to go and get a
When you gave it to your
title for it?
a couple things here. When you sold it to your daughter, did you sign the back of the title? What did you guys do?
Yeah, we signed the back, and then she signed the back, but then she never went down.
She's going to have to.
Licensed or registered.
Yeah, now I could say I wouldn't do it, but you could skip title, but the problem is you both signed it. So if she signed it and you signed it as the buyer and the seller, she's going to have to go register it, get a new title, then sell it. Who's been paying the taxes on it for 2 years?
Well, it's just been parked in a garage for a couple of years.
She's also going to have, most likely, when she registers it, she's going to owe some other fees on top of it, man.
Well, I know, but she never did register it. So can I just go down and get a replacement title for it?
Oh, you
On
mean
my name?
claim a lost title? Yeah, you could go down and get a lost title, but you might owe some money then.
Right. He is going
to. Either way, someone's going to owe basically 2 years. I mean, that's so it's going to be you or her. I mean, but yes, I don't know if you sign under oath. Do you sign an affidavit? Do you guys know
no, we
for a
just
lost
signed the
title?
back of the title.
No. What I'm saying is, if you go down and claim it's a lost title, I really don't.
Right.
I really do not think it matters either way. You just got to figure out which way you want to do it. But you are going to owe some money, man. I mean, the bottom line is you're going to owe some money, Dan.
Okay, so I just got to figure out
who's going to pay the money.
Yeah,
you can't have, like, for example, my kids have cars. I don't care if one of them was parked. If we didn't tag it and put plates on it and get the updated stickers for 8-9 months, and then we did it, we'd owe. Not only would we owe whatever that term was, but we would did you guys have it insured this whole period, too?
No, we did not.
God,
why, parked in the garage.
Why did you sell it to her and she never drove it? Did she get a different car?
No, they were going to go get it licensed. They had a couple things to take care of first, and they never got taken care of, so they never went and licensed it.
What's it worth?
Life got in the way.
What's it worth, Dan?
Pardon me?
What's it worth? What's that car worth?
Not a whole lot, maybe 500.
Give it away. Give it to charity.
Yeah, that's a good one. You'd probably even get a write-off if it goes to a 50, what is it, 503C or whatever.
Right.
501c3.
Thank you.
Or just sell it to a junker? Or that'd be okay to do too, right?
Yeah, if it's heavy or if it's a truck or something, geez, I'm dating myself, but 5-6 years ago you could get maybe $400 or $500 if it's heavy, but if it's not heavy, you're not going to get that much, bro.
Just a Dodge Stratus.
Yeah, I mean, you might get $400, and that's to a tow truck driver that comes and gets it. But I agree with Dan. Right. You're probably going to owe. I mean, yeah, you're probably going to owe close to that.
So the best thing to do.
Well, that's not true because the value of that's going to be very little.
There's going to be a minimum, though.
There will be a minimum, and there'll be late fees.
Right.
Okay.
All right, Dan. Good luck on that, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That sucks. You know, I have something that I haven't registered. And I purchased, and I know I'm going to be hit with a lot of fees. It's a weird motorcycle. It's got 2 wheels in the front, 1 in the back, and it's made by that company in Italy called Peugeot. It's a really strange-looking thing. And I bought it, and I shouldn't have bought it, and I never drive it, and it sucks even having it.
You bought 2.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Russ Kaminsky Mornings.
What they say, French women and German cars don't get the 2 mixed up.
That's probably true.
That's good. I like that.
I know. See, it's better than the shoe joke.
No.
Let's see what we can get.
Daphne on the shoe joke.
I got Brent. Do you want Brent in the 3rd hour for?
It's up to you, Ben. Yeah, I'll give him a little love for sure. Who do I cut coming up, sir?
Suze, was I supposed to call anybody yesterday? I didn't. If that
Oh, this is Ideal. So we're not moving Ideal? Or they have 2, babe?
They have tons. And then Frank, what time do you want him? He's scheduled for.
Hold on, I have got to pull up Ideal. I'm going to be screwed here.
Gear up at Murdoch's before you go camping. Tackle a few lawn projects. Post that
No.
in your backyard. Let's get outside and enjoy your favorite piece of land, no matter how close or far it is from home. Welcome to Murdoch's.
303-867-7000. How many people start out a commercial with the phone number? I want you to give these guys a call. Right now, interest rates are coming down again, and Ideal Home Loans has the best deals out there. You know what I really like, and I think everybody should look into this. If you're in a 30-year product and you're only about 5 years into that mortgage, and your cash flow's better because the economy's up, maybe you're making a little more, and you want to pay that house off quicker and save, listen to this, save probably $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in interest. Look at their custom term loan. They can do a 15-year, they can do a 10-year, they can do a 5-year, they can do a 20-year. You get the idea. And if interest rates go lower within a certain amount of time, I think it's 18 months, guess what? They'll refi you for free. Ideal Home Loans. You got to call Brent Ivinson and the guys down there. Call them right now. You can save hundreds of thousands of dollars. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com.
So are we still doing Brent in the 3rd hour?
Yeah, if he's booked twice, sure.
Well, yeah, I think.
I'd like to have him on.
Okay, then the next thing is Frank. He's at 11:45, but he is available. Do you want him in the 3rd
Hell
hour?
yeah.
Do I have Shannon move this one?
Yes, I want Frank in the 3rd.
So move this.
Yeah.
Do you think buy and bill would sell the office?
What has some things to say? Get ready. What does that mean on 1?
Oh, are those Toms? They don't sell used stuff.
Oh. Nate, what does that mean? Oh.
I don't know.
It's an idea.
That stuff is going to go for pennies.
Yeah, there's companies that buy them. They go for $1,300. He could probably get more than like $20 because of how much he has. They're Scott Rice, and that's high end. So.
Used office furniture goes for nothing.
Yeah, I've been looking, and that's what it looks like on used. Scott Rice.
Craigslist.
There's 3 companies that will purchase used office furniture.
And they sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's,
I know. But he doesn't want to take it out.
He sells faster and for more. For example, on a recent deal, we sold a home $53,000.
So is that all set where it's going?
$18,000 over the appraisal.
Everybody's happy.
Frank Duran, the real estate man, with Remax Alliance. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, real estate man.
Century RV. You can always check out their inventory at centuryrv.com, but they got classy motorhomes. They even have travel trailers right now, brand new ones that you can get less than $199 a month. Very low interest rates. They are the largest Cougar fifth wheel dealer in the entire nation. If you want a great deal and great choices, you go to Century RV. CenturyRV.com to see it, or you could give them a call, 303-453-1111, CenturyRV.com.
So they didn't try to move the graduation indoors?
They couldn't. There were so many people. It was more graduation, and it's a little. It's little compared to some schools.
300 is still a
We
lot.
have two public adjuster categories. There's two public adjuster categories. One says public adjuster, one says public adjusters. Public adjusters is under lending category. I'll have Suzanne send it to you.
Nate, what does that mean? Oh, I see it now. One of my fans, I assume. Solution.
It smells like chocolate.
Yes,
Ankmar.
actually kind of does.
Man, there's a ton of garage door commercials lately. All right, folks, I'll tell you when a line drops off. 303-713-8255 is the number. Don't forget help at Troubleshooter.com. You can always get through there. Dave, you've been holding a while. What's going on, Dave? I think I accidentally hung up on Dave. Do we know what his question was?
Well, there's some new diesel emission stuff coming up that's kind of similar to California, Mark.
Yeah,
he
Dave,
wanted to talk about it.
Dave, call back. Dan, you've got a CenturyLink issue. What's going on?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. My issue with CenturyLink is trying to get my refund.
Yeah.
After 5-6 months now. I canceled my service back in January, and I have contacted those people every 30 days because they tell me I have to wait 30 days because they issued the check to the wrong address.
Dan, do they acknowledge? Oh, okay. So they 100% knowledge you're owed the refund.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, this one's kind of easy, and the reason I say that is we have a pretty good angel and a pretty good relationship with CenturyLink. Now, we have dogged them over the years numerous times, but I will say we have gotten very few complaints on them for a while. For a while there, we would have complaints back to back. They promised, you know, $49 a month for this and this, and all of a sudden it's $99, and they didn't stop coming. We had them like almost weekly for a while, but they seemed to solve that about a year ago. So once again, the good news is, Suzanne, we've got an angel at CenturyLink. Let's just send over this guy's information, get the check sent to the right address. How much is it, Dan?
It's only $47. It's nothing. But I mean, my biggest thought here, Tom, is like, how many people just give up on this process?
A lot of people do.
You know what?
Yeah, no, a lot of people do. And it's not just CenturyLink. I don't know if CenturyLink is doing this intentionally. I mean, they're an awful large company. But, you know, if they are, they are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to imply that they're fraudulent in any way. I'm just saying that their process needs just one person to go through and say, you know what, I'm going to see this through completion. I'm going to make sure this gets done, instead of just, okay, I pressed the button, I sent the email, have a good day, I'm done with it.
Babe, did we ever have any CenturyLink recently that were legit that didn't get handled quick? I mean, they take care of these, don't they?
Our angels are pretty good over there, Mark.
Yes, I wouldn't worry about it, Dan, honestly, man. So hang tight. Suzanne's going to make sure we have all your information so she can write our angel. Got it?
Wonderful. Thank you for the help.
You're welcome. Hey, do me a favor. Call back in when you get that. I'd like to see how many days it took.
Okay, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Dan. 303. I know. She's looking at me. Dan, I'm sure you're listening. Call back. It's my bad. I hit the dump button. Slap me around, beat me, bend me over, whatever it takes.
Later on, Mark.
Thank you. I look forward to that. Mark has a comment on Mark being me. What's going on, Mark?
Hey, so I was listening to you guys talk, you and your wife, both of you, about the people that lost all their furniture up in the mountain.
Yes.
And you guys, sit there and try. You guys are idiots because, those people lost everything they had, their memories and everything else that's involved.
It's a refrigerator from 1940, Mark, you idiot. What are you talking about? It's not their house. It's a cabin up in the woods, you moron. You moron. You moron. Moron.
What you are.
Hey, Mark, I lost everything
come on,
in a
Mark.
fire.
Seriously. I'm looking at pictures. Did you see pictures of it? Do you even know what you're talking about?
What? Try to get somebody up there to bring it all up, put it into place. If the refrigerator is a different size, they're going to have to redo cabinets.
A different size? It looks like Ralph Cramden from the Honeymooners used it.
I want to know how I got dragged into this.
Icebox.
I don't even know about this, and he's saying my name.
God, you're something,
Mark, look at the pictures.
All you got to do, there's like 2 cylinder blocks in the damn house.
Mark, you don't get paid for memories.
Even settle for that.
You know what? You're right, Mark. You're right. They should get, what, $300,000? What do you think's fair, Mark? What do you put on there?
50, depending on where it's at, having somebody bring this stuff up, put it back into place, having to take time off of work to go.
Okay, let me tell you something, Mark. You know what they initially wanted? They initially wanted, I'm putting them on hold, you moron. They initially wanted $40,000. $40,000 for a refrigerator made in 1935, 2-cylinder blocks, and what else, guys? Seriously, what else?
A $10 couch?
Yeah, a $10 couch. Yeah, it was probably made during the I Love Lucy episode. What else?
From the 50s. There were some lamps.
This is it. It's a cabin up in the woods, bro. They wanted $40,000, Mark. 40. Now, if you want to say something logical, please do. He's still talking.
More than 5,600.
5,600 is probably extremely generous if you look at these.
And by the time you take off of work or go take off to go meet them up there, to have them deliver the stuff, go out and shop and look for stuff. If this happened to you...
I don't even know what to tell this guy. If it happened to me, Mark, I'd probably hire an attorney if I didn't think 5,600 was fair. But I'd probably jump on that 5,600.
It's actually clean, and they have a clean slate, and
they can put new furniture in there.
And that's exactly what I told you.
You only get the value of what it is. You don't get extra value. It's just like if you purchase a car. You might owe $20,000 on it. If someone else hits it, and it's only blue booked out at 10 grand, they're not going to give you 20 to pay the loan off. You're going to get the value of the car. They're going to get the value of the furniture. I'm sure everybody is taking into consideration to deliver furniture up there. My guess is they said it's probably $4 grand to deliver it, and we'll give you the $1,500 for that furniture. Just look at the pictures, Mark, and anybody can. Dan, keep rotating those pictures up on our Facebook page. You can go to referrallist.com, then Facebook. Dave, what is your question or comment on the emissions, sir?
Yes, can you hear me now?
I can hear you great, man.
Okay, I worked in a dump truck, and you went ahead and dumped me.
Well, I apologize.
That's all right. I appreciate you taking this. I've just been over to my emissions about a month ago, and my old 93 Kenworth got over 1 million miles on it, still passes with flying colors every year. It's well maintained. But I'm hearing that Governor Polis is trying to get California emissions established in Colorado, and that all the emission shops for diesel emissions are going to be shut down at any time. That's what my emissions test place told me.
And what does that mean? They go with Air Care Colorado or whatever it's called?
Whoever does it in California. Back in the back in 2010 to 2012, they initiated something in California where they had to revamp all the old trucks that didn't have the DEF or didn't have the clean emissions. And if it was not cost effective, like we had a bunch of trucks out there in a fleet that had to be traded off to like Texas or other places that didn't have the stringent emissions, because if it wasn't cost effective to convert the trucks over, then they just got rid of them. Well, we have a very small trucking company that's been in business almost 20 years now, and I'm hearing that I might not be able to run this old truck anymore after 2020 or whenever it's initiated.
You know, I think we have someone over in the emissions department for Colorado that might have some good information on this. Let me find out if we have that. Suzanne's on the line there, but I think we do have an angel. Deputy Daff, can you think of who that is? I can't think of who it is, but I remember him being on.
No, I'll have to look it up.
Suzanne, for emissions, don't we have an angel or someone that kind of works there?
Yeah, but not for diesel, but I can double check.
See if they know something about how it's looking like it's going to be for diesel. You want to hang tight, or you want us to call back, or just keep listening, Dave. I'll see if I can get some thoughts from them on it.
Yeah, I got to go run this load.
There's not much you're going to be able to do, though. I mean, if the rules change, the rules change. I mean, if you're trying to stop...
I understand that, Mark, but, but the problem is nobody's heard anything about it, and I want to know so I can prepare.
Let's do that. Let's see if we can't get a comment from someone that knows something.
Yeah, because just one more thing. I mean, if we, like this fall, I was going to rebuild the motor in this. It's going to be about 12 to 16 grand.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste that money on that if the next year I can't run the truck.
I understand, man, and that's a good point. All right, dude, hold tight. In fact, grab his info. Just in case we hear offline, I can email him what we figured out. All right, we're going to have one line open in a second. 303-713-8255. Don't forget 303-MARTINO. Help at Troubleshooter.com. We'll be back right after these messages.
This report is sponsored by Colorado DMV.
There's a couple of the typical slow spots to watch out for when you drive across town. Westbound I-70, but slow in the elevated portion. Earlier crash at York, that's been cleared out of the way. It's still slow in that stretch. Westbound 270, stop and go approaching Vasquez. Solid backups to the I-70 interchange. Watch out for a cop pulled somebody over off to the left shoulder eastbound at Vasquez, so watch out for that. And downtown, southbound I-25, a bit stop and go between Spear traveling down to Colfax. Once you get south of 6th, the drive opens up. The rest of the highway drive in the Mile High City in pretty good shape. The weather forecast for the rest of today. Chances of showers later on this afternoon with highs in the upper 40s. Right now cloudy and 43. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Now you can skip the trip and take care of 35 DMV services online without going to the DMV office. Enjoy springtime in Colorado. Get back to doing what you love and skip the trip with Colorado DMV services. Online 24/7 at mydmv.colorado.gov.
Hey, I want you to check this out. It's called Become the Banker. You've heard Tom and myself talk about it. It's a way you can actually save and earn money. And it's protected. It's through a life insurance policy. But I want you to do this webinar. If you call up, you'll do a one-on-one with them, and they'll explain everything. It's not high pressure whatsoever, and it's a very conservative way to grow retirement. Just go to becomethebanker.info. You can see Martino talking about it, and you can sign up for the webinar. Just check it out. You've been putting it off. Becomethebanker.info.
By the way, the refrigerator stayed.
Are you serious?
So
what did she get paid for?
You didn't get the couch.
The table.
I'm going to come back. You guys tell me what they're giving her $5,600 for. And where do I see a picture of this couch?
Here.
I'll put it up.
Hold on. Daphne, this one?
Let's see.
Okay.
There's
the two folding chairs, the three folding chairs and a table.
That's a 1950s kind of thing.
Oh my
There's
God.
the couch.
And it's the couch that everybody had in the 80s.
So go to the other, keep going down. It was just junk.
Okay.
So
I don't care what
to the
anybody
next
says. She's making out like a bandit.
You know what a good folding chair goes for nowadays?
This one.
It's one of those couches that has wood at the end of it.
I got one of those.
Try this one. This one here.
This one?
Yeah.
Hey, what about that fly swatter?
Yeah. So then it's just, I said, that probably has a head.
What is it?
I don't know. It looks
A
like
lamp?
So this is the only thing that looks like it was valued.
And it's still there. It's a beautiful
look.
stove. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, stove and refrigerator still there.
Yeah. Now go to the other one and it'll show you the empty slate.
I saw
Like
that.
they lost the fireplace cover. Well, you can get those anywhere for like $10.
But you said, like I said, the thing was...
The thing that she didn't have a picture of were the two antique quilts. But when you look up...
Affordable interest mortgage, 720-895-0500. We've been serving
antique quilts,
and many of our clients are taking advantage of the lower rates.
I mean, some of them can run in.
I just forwarded you an email I'd like on if you can get them.
But those are not ones that you would be storing in a cabin up there. You know what I'm saying? If they were quilts worth money, they would be being taken care of and not go. They didn't even go to this cabin. They only go like once every 6 months or something. They didn't even realize it had been cleared out for a long time. And so.
What did they have? The address just completely wrong?
Yeah.
They're lucky it wasn't a real. They're lucky it wasn't really expensive stuff.
Yeah. They are. But I actually told her she should probably take the money because you just don't get sentimental value.
I'm probably going to put you on this E470 one. They're usually pretty good. If you call up their main number, get a human, tell them who you're calling from, you'd like to talk to a manager, they'll generally get you one.
Who?
E470.
Oh, E470, I'm sorry. And which one am I calling on?
I haven't taken the call yet. I just know what it's going to be about. At least I assume I know what it's going to be about.
And you're going to want me to call and...
Oh, I can do 30.
No, that's not what I wanted. Google Contacts.
Oh, man, I think I can do it.
Oh, we have an E470 Angel. Mark?
What?
We have an E470 Angel.
Yeah, I know we do. That's what I'm saying.
Alexa.
Do you know her?
I do not. Except for when I talk to her, asking her to call.
Hold on, guys. How about brand new cabinets, countertops, plumbing fixtures, electrical fixtures? You know, this place, Buy and Build, is just completely loaded with stuff. And right now, you can get the best deals ever. They're generally 40, 50, 60, 70% lower than the big box on cabinets and stuff. But right now, because they're moving to their new location, I mean, you can save so much money, it's going to blow you away. You got to go to buyandbuild.net. Just check out their inventory right now, our screaming deals. Buyandbuild.net.
How will the new tax bill affect you? Contact us at kirkcambia.com to request our...
I would take that stove, though.
That stove is gorgeous, but they didn't take it.
I know. It would be really cool in a backyard, like to set it up with the gas and...
Oh, those lamps you're talking about, the hurricane lamps.
Hurricane lamps.
Maybe our employment attorney, if he'd be nice enough to come on.
Value, and maybe that painting on the wall. But if you add just those things up, the rest of it is kind of, it adds, I mean, 53 sounds like a fair.
I'll let you know.
I'll try to get a little more.
Well, I can't help because they won't talk to me.
Oh, man, during the break, Dan accidentally dropped my water bottle, and now, because I value that way higher than the 30 cents it costs, I want $10 million. Dan, according to Mark the caller, you owe me $10 million.
Couldn't you have said you dropped anything else but a water bottle?
Yeah, I know. I started double thinking that. And trust me, it wasn't on here. It was over there. Anyhow, listen to this, though. The more I look at these pictures, the more I can't even understand why they got 5,600. The stove, which is beautiful, I will say, wasn't taken. What else wasn't taken? There was something else that wasn't taken.
Refrigerator.
The refrigerator that was from the honeymooners wasn't taken. So the only thing they took that I can see is one of these couches that have the wood on the arms. I mean, like out of that 70s show. So they had that old couch. And what else did they have? Oh, the kitchen table with the legs that fold up, and then these kind of metal chairs. I don't know if they fold, but they look like folding chairs.
No, it looked like it was from the 50s.
Yeah, those kind of, and they've got the pleather or that fake vinyl on top or whatever it is. I am telling you, $5,600 is a great price to get. I don't think these people got screwed. I realize they want more money. Hell, I want more money. Doesn't mean you get it. I love lamp. 303-713-8255. We have one line open. 303-713-8255. Kim, you're receiving statements from whom?
Hi there. I am receiving statements from E470 Public Highway Authority.
Okay. Do they have a picture of the vehicle?
Nope.
So what?
No.
How much do you owe according to them?
Just short of $30 because I'm getting late fees now.
So, did you ever, or is it your contention you've never been on E470?
No, I had been on E470, and I took my daughter about Christmas time to, this was last year, to the airport.
Yeah.
And so I started receiving bills, and I paid them, and then all of a sudden I thought, wait, because I kept getting them, and I thought, wait a minute, these should have been taken care of. So I paid a couple extras, and then when I perpetually was getting more of them, I called them, and I said, I've not been on E470. I actually put the avoid tolls on my phone because I started receiving these statements.
Well, this is very simple. I mean, unless if the plate number is not being read properly or the plate is associated with the wrong vehicle or something along that, they're going to be able to send us over some accounting. We've got an angel over there that has come through every single time. But a lot of times what has happened is someone else in the family's been on there. If they have a picture of your license plate going through there, it doesn't matter who the hell's in the car. Whoever it's registered to is going to be responsible.
Right. It's just me, though. And the license plate, on the very first bill that I received, the license plate, I called them, and they said it's registered to a white Ultima, which is not my car. I don't even know anybody who owns
Well, then this could be a valid issue. We had one, it was a B being read as an 8 or reverse, something like that, and it was to the tune of hundreds of dollars. It took a little bit of time, but they figured out when they basically ran it the other way, figured out who should have gotten the bills, and transferred them over to their account. But Deputy Daff, can you give them a call or reach out to our angel on this?
You bet.
Kim, a lot of times, though, I have to tell you, what we find out when it comes to tolls is it generally is the person, but I'm taking your word for it. You do not owe the money.
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean, I can send her a picture of the toll statement, the original toll statement. It says a license plate, and I called them.
Actually, do that for me. Send that over. Send it to help@troubleshooter.com so I can look at it as well. Take a picture of that statement so we can read it.
Yep, we'll do.
And then what we'll do is we'll reach out and we'll try to get pictures of the actual car going through, which generally they have. So hold tight. We had one where it was a completely wrong car. 303-713-8255. Ryan, hold on. I will come back to you. He's got more to say on the black mold. And let's see here. PJ's got a scam on some kind of discount program. And Ryan, a different owner, has an employee injured on the job. We're going to figure that out. We'll be right back.
That throws me off a little when you're doing that and I'm going out, just so you know. Comprende? And don't look me directly in the eyes when I walk by. In fact, hang your head in shame.
Stay behind the curtain.
Yeah, you stay behind the curtain. I love that. He sends a memo out to his staff. Do not look at me coming out of the dressing room.
Hillary told the Secret Service guys. I come down the hallway, hide behind the curtain.
Did she really?
Yeah. In that guy's book, he said that.
Oh, a Secret Service guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably some truth to it, right?
Oh, I bet you she was a real bitch.
I don't know. I mean, everybody gets moody. Imagine if half the country's out wanting to lynch you, and they're chanting in huge stadiums, "Lock her up!" I'd be in a bad mood too.
This is back in the 90s when she was the first lady.
Okay. Then imagine your husband is getting blown by an intern. You're not in the best mood.
I don't know. That's why she doesn't have to do it.
She's had actually, she hasn't had the fucking best life. What was her? Jennifer Flowers, Monica Lewinsky. Who was the other gal?
Oh, there was like 5 of them.
Yeah, he was
when he was governor of Arkansas.
He was definitely a playboy.
Yeah.
I don't think well, I'm not going to say she didn't care, but didn't care enough to
They had an open marriage.
hit the bricks. An open marriage. Ooh, line.
We got a line.
Wait.
On that couch, she said,
All right, go ahead. What?
on the couch, she said, and they didn't even put in the list of furniture the couch.
I mean, we're not missing anything like a brand new Henry Don bedroom set, right? It's a one room cabin. with a couch, a table, 4 chairs, a refrigerator that's still there, and a beautiful stove, we can all admit.
They have a back building where they didn't really understand if there was anything in there or not.
They didn't know if there was?
It was a little like
a shed.
8 by 8, right, 8 by 8 shed.
What a screw up, though. Can you imagine if they did walk into like a really nice wrong house?
I was trying to ask you.
Do I have any spots this one?
Did they go to ARC? In fact, ARC would not accept most of the stuff.
Oh.
There was a place for him at the front so he could stand.
Right before the scheduled meeting, Democrats huddled at the Capitol and talked impeachment. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has been arguing against.
I had to leave a message.
Hold on.
Treasury Secretary solution on the defense again
I'm having Kim email me.
I hate morons. I do. The more I think about it, the more I hate morons.
I agree.
Morons are just moronic. They should get $40,000 for that couch. You can't handle the truth. Damn it, I should have pulled that one. Mark, you can't handle the truth.
Do you mean moron or just mo?
Ron. You're a mo.
You want more Ron.
Not to be confused with a schmo.
Like manure. When you really look at manure, it's not a bad word.
No, it's ma, as in mother, and newer. It's new. Ma, newer. I watched one yesterday. It had to be first or second episode or season, and George was actually somewhat skinny.
Yeah, he was his first.
Shannon is starting to watch the whole series.
I think you really like Shannon. You never liked it before?
Oh, you just getting into Seinfeld?
Oh, so we're talking to you.
I fall asleep to it.
Oh, what's he watching?
On Hulu, you just put, one episode on, and boy, it just keeps kicking.
So I'm looking at the notary process. I think I'll.
Can you do it?
Get the book, yeah.
We'll cram for it with you. We'll help you.
It's an open book test.
Do you sign on the dotted line, or do you sign on the solid line?
Can I see your show notes?
Show notes from yesterday?
No, it's from last week. I'll look.
Okay, hold on, guys.
That's some very private stuff.
Hold on, guys.
These are the phone calls that I get. These are the show notes.
Alan Ramos, he owns Pro Auto Care Centers. They've got 2 locations. These guys are great. In fact, the Littleton one, it's near Rappo Community College. It's absolutely beautiful. He just redid the whole thing. But right now, they're offering, you ready? $74. $74. Get that AC checked out, and they're going to make it smell better, too. They're going to charge it up. They're going to make it work. They're going to do a leak test. Before it starts getting hot, check it out. $74, both locations. And I love their website. It's the same as their phone number. 303-PRO-AUTO, 303PROAUTO.com.
Thank you.
Was it there?
The call was there, but no phone number for it. That's okay.
Hey, text Al, tell him I just did a $74 AC. I assume that's exactly what he's still doing. That's what's on the script, or on the bullet point.
You said put in a new AC?
Put in a new AC, 4 tires, a brake job, and an alignment. $74. With a $50 rebate. Only at Pro Auto. Oh, he'd shoot me.
Calm down.
That was fake, guys.
We did a April Fool's Day on him one time. Tom comes on the air and goes, the first 10 callers get 4 free tires.
I thought he even told
He
me.
was so pissed because they were threatening him. But he actually preferenced it with, hey, it's April Fool's, let's pull a joke. Be nice when you do it. Well, let me tell you, some people weren't nice. I think we all learned a lesson on that one.
Here's someone says, really? Take the 5,600 and go on a shopping spree at Goodwill, and then you take home 5,500.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Might even find their own shit at Goodwill.
It was ARC. ARC.
But I think they didn't take everything. They only took like the lamps and a few things. They didn't want the couch.
Did someone die?
Table.
I just said, just a AC check. They'll do a leak check on the air conditioner.
They won't take couches
And pretty much that's what I said. They're going to check it and make sure it's ready for summer.
because of bed bugs.
Check it, make sure it's ready for summer and elite test. That's what I said.
But why would they take clothes then? Because you can get bugs in clothes.
Oh, I know. I walk in there and I get itchy. Looking for the hand.
Tell them basically just the cleaning, not the recharge.
Is it like this?
What are you doing?
Trump hand.
What's the matter?
The missing Trump.
The missing Trump hand.
Oh, where is my Trump hand?
We've been, between Dan and I, we have been trying to find one for you.
I'm gonna mention that. I'm gonna put it out on the air. Someone out there knows where my Trump hand is.
Actually, if you got a Ken doll.
I'll tell you who I think.
Yeah,
Look
does
at-
somebody have, please send us your hands.
It was
It's got to be a man hand.
The man hand.
it's a Barbie doll hand.
It can't be a female hand.
That would be funny, actually.
He's got man hands.
Welcome to the show. This is
My friends, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints. Man, do we want to make your life better. And we want to make the lives of people making you miserable, miserable. Listen to those apples. If someone's been bugging you, if a business ripped you off, you've been taken advantage of, maybe a bad landlord, anything going on that you need help with, or you just want to get the word out, this is the show for you. If you're new to the show, my goodness, tell your friends about it. We have saved over $200 million in cash merchandise exchanges and refunds directly due to this show. And we add up that total constantly. We have angels at some of the biggest companies around the country. In fact, some of the biggest companies around the world. What is an angel? They're folks that help us when we have a problem. When a consumer can't get through, they just get the runaround. They're put on hold forever, maybe with Verizon or Sprint or AT&T or Comcast. We have back ways of getting in. We have ways of getting things done, if you're right. The other thing, how often does it happen, Deputy Dan, that the consumer forgets to tell us like a huge piece of the puzzle?
Rarely.
Oh, yeah, rarely.
That's a kidding.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Two sides to every story.
My favorite, we sat here and Tom got so fired up one day and the lady said, and then they didn't do my roof and it's still not done and they're sending me bills and blah, 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 blah. And he's all fired up and Tom's ready to go get him and I'm ready to go get him. And then finally, someone asks, when did this happen? And the answer was like 1995. And we all looked at ourselves like, why the hell is this woman calling? Did she just get in a time machine or something? But occasionally we do get weird stuff like that. Remember, help@troubleshooter.com, and my favorite phone number is 303-MARTINO. Check this out. If you call after the show, before the show, it'll go right to our voicemail system, right into our office. We check those constantly after the show, before the show. We will call you back, and we will get you lined up to come on the air.
But you have to leave a phone number.
Yeah, it's amazing. I need your help. Please, please help me. And that's it. You're like, well, okay, I'll give it my best. So I'm still seething a little over this $5,600 couch. The more I look at these pictures, this moron Mark calls up, and I know you're still listening, and I hope you looked at the pictures, and I hope you write me an apology letter to help@troubleshooter.com. Is there any way you couldn't go to ARC or the Goodwill and replace all that furniture for under $30? Listen to what I just said. Okay, $50. Dan, I'm being serious.
I think it might take a little more than 50.
How much? How much do you think that stuff would cost? Well, do you think ARC, here's the real key, do you think ARC or Goodwill would even take those as donations?
They didn't take everything.
Because they wouldn't take it, right?
Exactly.
See, I don't even know what to say. Anyhow, where are we at? Suzanne, where should I go to here? I am good going to line 2. Ryan, you called the first hour, and I've got to recap everything so other people understand. Ryan called up. His wife and his daughter have some kind of immune system issue. The apartment complex did some work in the apartment because a sprinkler going to the fire system or the suppression system broke. So they had to do some work in there. Eventually, Ryan found some mold and basically moved out of the apartment and got a new place to go. Now the apartment complex is coming after him for roughly $5,000. Did I recap that about right, Ryan?
You got that right, Mark. Yeah.
Cool. So what's going on? You said you didn't get to tell me everything. Tell me everything.
Well, there's a lot more involved.
Well, don't tell me everything then.
I'm not going to tell you everything. But you had a guy call in and talk about it. If my wife and daughter were sick before, they were sick before all this happened, but got worse.
Yeah.
All this happening. So and then I did have it tested. It was Stachybotrys, which is black mold, and I did have an investigator come in, my own, and take a look at how they took
Ryan,
care
this
of
would
everything.
be this would all be for a judge, but let me tell you something, okay? Listen to me. Generally speaking, under Colorado law, a landlord's failure to repair is not grounds for you to withhold payment. That's just it.
We did not.
Well, you left and you haven't been paying. I assume you owe for months after you left.
Well, yeah, according to the lease. Yeah, you're right. We did pay April's and March's rent, and we didn't stop paying.
Yeah.
And we were not.
You didn't stop paying while you were there.
Well, we were not. No, right. And we were not going to leave.
Yeah.
We wanted them to repair it correctly, but then it came to a situation where it was uninhabitable.
Ryan, I know you're saying that, and if that's true, you will probably win in court if that's true. You're going to have to prove that it is, and they're going to have to prove that it isn't. I am just telling you, from all the calls, from all the years, generally speaking, when you do it the way you did it, you didn't give them notice, you didn't tell them, you've got 3 days to fix this, you got 10 days to fix it. I don't know if they breached what's referred to as the warranty of habitability. I don't know if they have. I realize you're saying they did.
Well,
you're just going to have to do something. Unfortunately, what might happen is they don't try to sue you. They just put it on your record or on your wife's credit report forever. If that's the case, then you're going to have to sue them to get it off.
They'll actually come and garnish her wages.
Well, no. They'll come and garnish their wages if you go to court and they get a judgment. They can't just start garnishing her wages. They'd have to get a judgment first.
Well, then we get summoned to court for that?
Yes, absolutely. You'd get summoned to court.
Okay. And
in order for them to get a judgment, they're claiming, listen, this part of it's simple. They can't just start garnishing your wages. When you want to put a garnishment on someone, you've got to go to court, you've got to get the judgment. Then you can get the garnishment of the wages. And I think it's, 25% or 15, Dan? I forget the exact amount.
Right. But here's the other thing is, if they rented that apartment out, and they're going for other months for the lease.
Yeah, they can't double dip, but once again, that would be court. Right now, all you got to worry about, at least from what you're telling me, Ryan, is about her credit report. If you get served and they're suing you to get a judgment, then that is when you go to court, and then you talk about the warranty of habitability. And you're going to try to convince the judge, hey, there was black mold, here's a situation with my wife and daughter, but I'm not even sure if that matters. I don't think it's up to them, because your wife and daughter have more issues than the normal person. Let's put it that way. That doesn't necessarily make these guys liable.
The black mold, though, that's something that's toxic for anybody.
I understand, and I hope you have proof about that. I understand that.
Okay.
So you said you had your own expert if he shows up and testifies, but until you actually get served, I wouldn't worry about it. Or maybe they pretended they served you and they already have a judgment. That could happen, but generally that's not going to happen either.
Okay.
All right, man?
Well, so I'm out. I end up being out, probably somewhere in the realm of $7,000 to $10,000 in this whole thing.
Well, no, not if they, like Deputy Dan said, Ryan, not if you owed 6 months and it was $1,000 a month,
right.
You would owe them $6,000. But if they rented it out for 4 of those, you'd only owe them $2,000.
Okay.
And you might even have to prove that if it comes down to that.
Plus, they kept your deposit, right?
Yeah. Yes, and there's a $500 deductible on my insurance claim, and then there's a 10 days rent 10 days in a hotel that they paid for that they're retracting.
Yeah.
And then April's rent and 5 days out of March that we weren't even there.
Listen, man, the burden is upon you.
Right.
To provide the landlord written notice. I'm reading this right here of the problem. Give the landlord a period of time to address it. I'm just telling you, you did everything wrong. You can go hire an attorney. You can do whatever. My advice, I am not an attorney. Listen to me. My advice from taking calls and doing this is you're not going to get anywhere on this. Don't waste the money on the attorney. If they come after you, show up at court and then fight it. If you lose, and they get a judgment. I mean, that's just how it goes, Ryan.
Okay.
All right, man?
All right, man.
Hasta la vista, baby. 303-713-8255. One line open. Kim, real quick, you called last hour. You're getting E470 bills. We had Deputy Daff call up our angel at E470. Deputy Daff, what did you find?
I actually had to leave a message.
Well, that's a horrible update.
I know, I'm sorry. So I asked Kim to send me her paperwork. I will probably forward that on to the angel, and we'll have to circle.
Yeah, I'd like to see her, what do you call it, the photo. Kim, you got everything sent. You know where we're at now, right?
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah.
I thought I was coming on to give her an update. The update is, hey, Kim, we have no update yet, so hang tight.
Yeah, we're moving forward, though. That's a good
No,
thing.
we are. And our angel over there is really good, and they're pretty good at getting back to us fairly quick. A lot of times I can get right through to them on the phone, too, but it all depends on what's going on. So we've got her info. I can dump her or hang up on her. Kim, we'll talk.
Hey.
Yes.
That hurts.
Kim, have a good day.
You too. Thank you for your help.
303-713-8255. You know, it's kind of weird. If you go through E470, it's really the car. It's whoever it's registered to. And I'm not talking mistakes like what was going on with Kim's, apparently, but it's unlike a traffic ticket where it's the person. It's the car they go after. The registered owner of the car is responsible. So even technically, if it was stolen, you would have to basically show them the police report and prove it was stolen at the time. But if I lent Dan my car and he drove it through there and I didn't know, it doesn't matter if the picture shows him or nobody or whatever's going on. It just doesn't matter. I'm still responsible. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. I want to hear from PJ. You'll be up first. And then Ryan, in the back, we're kind of trying to get an expert on, but I'm looking forward to what you have to say as well. And I do believe, well, no, we don't. 303-713-8255. We shall return.
This report is sponsored by Whisper College, Southeast Florida's best kept secret for new homes.
30 or 60. Suzanne, get by the mic.
Oh, she's gonna.
Dan, I'm going to bring you in too.
I'm what? Give me a heads up.
Testosterone, estrogen, thyroid.
Pellet in your ass. And I guess ass is allowed to be said on the phone because Daphne's ass needed to get up there.
The best thing I like, it's a very nice bump.
Can't do it.
Text him, I'm going to do a free rapid test.
I thought he was going to rap.
How long, sir? Okay, guys, get ready.
Starting in the 400s. Tour the models and register to win a getaway to Devil's Thumb Ranch. Stop by Saturday, June 1st from 10 to 3. Go to lifeinthepines.co.com.
All right, the Hormone Bros, their website, too, is very easy, thehormonebros.com. What do? They do everything. We're going to talk about BioT a little, but they do Botox, they do collagen injections, they do Kybella, and much, much more. These guys are unbelievable, but let's talk testosterone. It's an amazing thing. You can go in there and get a free rapid test. It's only going to be for the first, I think they do the first 10 when I do these. You can go down there, they'll test right on the spot at no cost where your testosterone level is. Then they'll tell you all about BioT, but I got to say, Deputy Dan, you're on it. You love it. It helps you sleep. Give me something.
Sleeping and mood is the big thing for me.
Mood?
Yeah.
Yep, and he can when he's off his BioT. He's one grouchy SOB. Suzanne, you love your BioT. There's a lot of good things for the husband, too, when the wife's on BioT, so wink, wink there. But check it out, a free rapid test. Go down there, call them now, get an appointment. You're going to be amazed. It can change your life, and I kid you not. 720-361-2302. 720-361-2302.
Is this what your bike looks like? I don't know. My friend's building it.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, so I got to tell you a story. So our Doberman, I ended up in court with a couple attorneys over our Doberman at one point for Doberman at large or dog at large. We had a neighbor that lived next to us, and she was special needs, but she was in her 40s. She had a full-size tricycle. This thing, if you took a little one and just made it, it looked just like a regular one. She had the basket and the bell, and she had everything. So my dog goes out there barking at her, doesn't bite her, doesn't do anything like that. And next thing you know, I'm in court over this thing. So this story just gets better. I'll make sure I don't have a spot. Okay, so I show up in court. Like 8 of my neighbors show up. 8 of them. They're all pissed off, okay? I don't know what they want done. I really don't know if they wanted the dog put to sleep or not, which would never happen because it didn't do anything besides scare her. And the only reason it scared her is she was special needs. So the DA literally calls me an asshole. Literally calls me an asshole. My attorney, Kupez, goes, Your Honor, this is ridiculous. He's already got a bias against this guy. We want to bring it. It's a $50 ticket we're talking about. Yes, I have an attorney over a $50 ticket.
I believe it.
So he wants to bring in a special prosecutor. The judge is like looking at the DA going, I can't believe you just did that. The town is not going to spend money for a special counselor or whatever to come in over a $50 ticket. So everything was dropped and I left. My neighbors were so pissed for like 6 months.
Until you moved out?
No. No, I slowly got back in their good graces.
Oh, okay.
But it was ridiculous.
With your sweet, loving personality that just draws them in.
The DA called me that because he couldn't believe I wouldn't just pay a $50 ticket.
Yeah.
But what he didn't know is I had a corporate attorney who's on salary, so it didn't matter at the time.
Exactly.
It's not like I hired the guy, I already paid him.
But how unprofessional can you be for a lawyer to say that in court?
Yeah, he said it was like one of these assholes. I mean, like, but everybody heard it.
I mean, like I said, that's one thing.
The judge looked
Who
at him.
ended up being the asshole?
My neighbors were so upset that day, though. I didn't have to pay the $50. I ended up, of course, apologizing. What really sucks is before any of that happened, I helped her out. I owned a computer store basically right about then as I was getting into the good years. And I went over and set up her computer and taught her stuff and all this.
I got attacked by a donor and had to jump up a stop sign in my cheerleading uniform. And the cutest guy in the neighborhood drives up in his truck and had to help me down.
I always heard if a dog attacks you, you take your fist, ball it, and try to choke him out, put it down his throat. It doesn't work well for the chihuahuas, though.
All right, 303-713-8255. Oh, man, we've got a lot going on. Don't forget help@troubleshooter.com. Check us out on Facebook as well. We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on referralist.com. Just hit watch live. We're everywhere. Do you know our podcast is downloaded more than any other show in Colorado on the iHeart Network? Think about that. Doesn't matter what station, what show, how big it is. It's amazing. There are shows that reach, what is it, Shannon, 37 states and 2 countries. Doesn't KOA go that far? And right here on 630 KHW, we kick the crap out of them when it comes to downloads. That's just it. What can I say? But they're our sister station. We all love them. It's all friendly. Dave's got a comment on that mountain cabin, but I believe I promised PJ I'd go there first. PJ, what's up?
Hi, yeah, I'm going to try to make this as short as possible.
God, that never happens. I swear to God, there's 2 things. I'll get right to the point, or I'm going to make this short as possible, or my favorite, long story short. So let's see if you live up to your word, PJ. Go ahead.
Okay. I lost my Medicaid. Because I found a job, a job that Medicaid won't cover. So they say I make too much money. But
understood.
I found an insurance company because the law says you have to have health insurance. And so I found an health insurance company. It turned out that it was a discount program. It wasn't a health insurance. And they were taking money out of my account every month.
Did you stop hold on, PJ. Did you stop the bleeding? Or are they no longer taking the money out?
I did. I stopped the bleeding. So I went to another company. I called Kaiser. They transferred me to this other company. They transferred me to this people, and I talked to them, and I told the lady my situation. I said, "Is this a discount program? I need health insurance."
So what happened,
She
PJ?
said, "No, we are health insurance."
And it was Kaiser?
I said, okay. Yeah, I called Kaiser.
I understand.
They transferred me to this lady. I talked to her. And
Was the lady by any chance? If you don't know, that's all right. Do you know if they transferred you to Connect for Colorado?
No, they transferred me to Life Shield.
Life Shield. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. PJ, where are we going with this? What's the problem? Do you need help getting health insurance?
Well, yeah, that too. But they turned out. I went to the dentist, and they were taking out money for 4 months again. And then I went to the dentist, and the dentist said that no, this is a discount program. And plus, I went to the hospital.
Did you stop the bleeding again?
Right. I went to the hospital on the other insurance. I got a $999 bill. I went to the hospital on this one. I got a $700 bill.
Oh, man, you're in a world of hurt, PJ. You don't know what you have. Honestly, you have no idea what you have, do you?
Well, when I talk to the people, they tell me this is health insurance.
Yeah, Jared, I understand that. I don't know if I can go back in time and help you there. Hold on a second. I want to bring up one of our experts. Jared's with Integra Insurance. Jared, what's going on, man?
Not much. How are you doing, Mark?
Jared, listen to what I'm saying here. This guy was on Medicaid.
Okay.
He ends up getting a job so he can no longer qualify for Medicaid. Follow?
Correct. Okay.
Now, here's my question to you. How much do you make now, PJ? Give me an idea of what you make a year or a month.
Before taxes, $700 a week. After taxes, $550.
Well, okay. Well, 700 times 52. Someone help me out here. 752, blah, 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 blah. What is that, 40,000 roughly? Anyhow, Jared, let's say it's 40,000. At $40,000 a year, what would he qualify through the exchange with? Would he get a massive discount on health insurance?
He would get a discount. It really depends on his age.
How old are you, PJ?
57.
How old?
57.
Okay. Yes, you'd get a huge discount.
So here's what I'm saying, PJ. You've got two issues. One, I don't know how we can help you with something you already signed up for. You went to the hospital and they're sending you a bill. We can look at it and see if it's valid, or I can send it over to an expert like Jared to look at it. But I don't think we're going to go anywhere. But since you make $36,000 roughly a year, one thing that might work out is Jared might be able to get you real insurance. Jared, what he's claiming is every time he buys insurance, it's not actually insurance. It's a discount program.
Right, a scheduled benefits program. What he needs is an ACA product, which I can put him on.
Yeah, Jared,
when he lost his Medicaid.
Yeah, you have gotten the worst direction from anyone you've called. So, PJ, I want you to call Jared, and here's the part I know we can help on. He's going to get you real insurance, and it's going to be extremely inexpensive. In fact, Jared, if PJ doesn't mind, after you crunch up the numbers in a few days, would you let us know, or at least email me and let me know how much he ended up spending? Because if I'm doing my math correctly, his policy could be less than, what, $100 a month, or am I off?
It really depends. I'd have to crunch the numbers, but at his age, at $36,000, he will get a quite a large subsidy.
So PJ, what are you spending on this discount program right now? You might have gotten rid of it, but how much was it?
It was they out of the $900 bill, they paid $200. I paid $700.
I got you. But, okay, but here was my question, though. Did you pay anything monthly to that company?
Oh, monthly, yeah. I paid, on the first one, I paid $258 a month.
Yeah.
The second one, I paid $210 a month.
Jared, I bet you can get him real insurance for that.
Yes.
So, Jared, I appreciate you coming on. PJ, I'm going to put you on hold. Suzanne's going to give you the number, and you and Jared are going to talk. And then you call me back when everything's good.
Great, and I would like to warn everyone about these discount programs.
Yeah,
they're not what they say they are.
You know, it's kind of funny. Jared, do you guys at Integra sell Delta Dental?
We do.
You know, I think they suck. I used to get those for my employees, and it's like the first year, basically you get nothing. The second year, you get a little. I mean, you might get a free exam or something, cheap cleaning, but really none of the benefits really kick in for a while. I mean, is it still the same way?
Yeah, dental works. Dental is a little different than medical insurance.
Yeah,
it works kind of the opposite way.
It's really weird, too, because it's so important. There's people that just don't take care of their teeth or they have issues. And, I mean, it can start causing massive health issues outside of your mouth. It's really strange how we do not cover basic dental in health plans. It's very bizarre.
Yes, I mean, it really depends on how your teeth are. If you really need a dentist, because you can just go to a dentist and pay cash.
Yeah, and a lot of times okay, and I'll tell you this, a lot of times if you walk in and negotiate cash, you can spend sometimes less than if you walked in there and used your Delta Dental Insurance. That's just a fact.
That is correct.
All right, thank you, Jared. PJ, please follow up with me. I'm dying to know, and I want to make sure you're okay. All right, bro?
I will. Thank you so much.
Hold on tight. Let's get his info. 303-466-5500. That's Jared with Integra Insurance. I use them. Tom uses them. Deputy Dan, Deputy Dan is actually the only one that's got real coverage. Tom actually just gets a supplement because he's on Medicare now. Daphne, do you use them?
Actually, Lauren came back from Europe, went on Medicaid, just went off, and Jared helped her get a rockin' deal.
It's incredible.
It is amazing. So easy. Everyone should be using Integra.
You never pay anything either. It doesn't matter if you go direct. Let's say it's like car insurance. Now, they don't do car insurance. These guys just specialize in health, in catastrophic care and stuff like that. But it doesn't cost you anymore. If you call Kaiser directly and get a policy, it's going to be the same exact amount. But this way, you get a broker to fight for you and answer questions. One line open, 303-713-8255. I've got another comment on that mountain cabin. We've got a book published. They've got a problem with the company. And then Ryan, I promise, you're up next. He got injured on the job.
What do I have?
Do you want any coffee?
Put that down in pictures.
Do you want any coffee? Are you okay?
You know what I could? Nope, I got water. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
This report is sponsored by Murdoch.
Centeno Schultz.
Spots have improved. One spot hasn't. Westbound I-70 is the elevated.
You said Centeno, right?
Either side of yours, but really nothing too bad. Westbound I-270 looks as good as
60 or a 30?
Still a bit slow either side of Vasquez, but that drive has improved. The drive that has improved is downtown.
Here it says the radio, K-How, iHeartRadio.
So it's mushrooms. What'd you say, dude?
It says the radio, K-How, iHeartRadio is jammed up, not working.
I don't know what that means.
Speaker.
Oh, the app must be off or something.
Not the app.
What's not working?
Well, I don't know. It says K-How, iHeartRadio is jammed up.
Yeah, that means there's nothing we can do.
Okay.
We have no control over the app. Someone's saying the K-How's not working on iHeart right now. I mean, you don't do anything there.
Let's get outside and enjoy your favorite piece of land.
Hold on, guys. Hey, listen, if you've got shoulder pain, maybe a rotator cuff, knee pain, ACL tear, I want you to check out Centeno Schultz. These guys are the pioneers with stem cells, and they're the real deal. They're not like these chiropractors that basically sell this stuff out of their back room. They have frozen steaks, and they're selling stem cells that have been shipped in. The real deal is, if it's real stem cells and you're in the U.S., they actually harvest them from your own body. I think they generally get them through bone marrow, but sometimes your fatty cells. But they actually get them from you. Then they bring them to the lab. They kind of supercharge them, if you will. Then they use guided needles or a guided injection to put it where you need it, whether it's your shoulder or that ACL or whatever. The other thing is, if you had surgery, maybe on your knee, and you want to heal up quicker, Centeno Schultz can probably help. And these guys will not sell you stem cells if they're not going to help you. They're legit, they're real, they're the pioneers. 303-963-9201, or check them out at Avoid Surgery today. I hate dental insurance.
Well, this is what people do, though. Here they need 4 replacements, and they go say, I'm signing up for dental insurance. That's why they want you to wait a year.
Yeah, you wait a year.
I mean,
it's even more than a year. But here's the deal, though. Like, I had Delta Dental, and I had to have, I think it was a cap. I got a cap. I chipped something, or a crown, thank you. And it was maybe $1,500, okay? And it still cost me $1,000. It was like, I could have shopped and got it for $1,000 is my point.
Well, even my dental insurance through corporate.
Is it Delta?
No, it's not Delta, but I'll pay $500 for a crown.
Well, that's a lot better.
But I mean, that's
like Dr. Kelly's probably, I don't know, she might be $1,500. I think that's the going rate.
Probably
Cash.
Is. Probably is.
Do I have anybody else this one?
What do you think that comment on the mountain cabin is? That stuff is valuable.
That's some of the best stuff I've ever seen. I'll buy it right now.
Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEA.
So you should have insurance if you're a notary, correct?
Insurance on what? Business?
No, to be a notary.
I don't think you, maybe a bond. No, I don't think so.
It says Colorado 25,000 4-year E&O insurance.
Yeah, but that's you don't have to put, it's not a bond where you put up $25,000 and it sits there. You buy that insurance that probably costs next to nothing. Because the only reason they'd go after you, I would guess, is if you lied.
Right.
Why? Are you going to become a notary?
Yeah, Tom
Just
thought I should become,
yeah.
you know,
You
for
should.
the office. Yeah.
Just ask
it just has 3 plans.
how much are they?
$245, that includes the training,
For how
the
long?
stamp, everything, and then that's 4 years of insurance.
I'd ask Corey.
1
I'd
year
ask
of
Corey the
insurance-
best way to do it.
Yeah, she'll be back. 1 year of insurance is
Right now?
$170.
Wow.
And then no
What
insurance
makes that
is
happen?
$120.
Why is that?
Adults who have crooked teeth and always wanted to deal with them, there is a way to do that in 2 years or less, sometimes 6 months to a year, depending
People are
on
really bitching about the app.
sometimes comes from
About the what?
The app and the KHOW and KOA. I've never used it, but it's not. It's all jacked up.
What?
The app.
Oh, he just played it. Oh, you couldn't hear it. I heard it in my ear. It sounds like this.
Oh. So that's not good.
Here, listen.
That's the app? That's not good. That's not right, correct? That's not right.
Is that what we really sound like? Damn. Do people like when the volume's down?
Wah, 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 wah. It's like that from Charlie Brown.
Wah, 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 wah. I loved how Lucy would move that football, and that stupid Charlie Brown would run up every time.
This time, she's going to be amazed how far I kicked.
Schultz is a genius.
My upholsterer just sent me a picture of my grandma's old settee, and he goes 60 years.
My God,
ago,
Shannon, what
it's
is that?
replaced. Look at how bad this is.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. All right. Okay. 303-713-8255.
I promised, and I shall keep my word. I will now go to Ryan. What's going on, Ryan?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it, man.
So I'm not the one that was injured on the job. I'm the employer.
Okay.
So I just need some advice on, you know, this is the first time I've ever gone through workman's comp or anything like that. Basically, it's kind of a weird situation.
Who do you have, Pinnacle? I'm curious.
Yeah, Pinnacle.
Okay, so what happened to your employee?
Well, supposedly he was stocking a shelf at my retail store.
I like how you start that off. I really don't trust this guy, but anyhow, okay.
Well,
So
it's not
he's
that I don't trust him. Actually, you know, the funny thing is I filed the claim. You know, I was like, I just went with it, and like, you know, it was all kind of spur of the moment. But, you know, he reported the accident a week after the incident.
I think I'm pretty sure it's got to be 3 days, but keep going.
Yeah, and so, you know, it's just regardless. So his knee popped or whatever he says. And, you know, I didn't think twice. I was like, okay, well, I better jump on this. I know that I have a certain time frame. I've never actually filed it.
Yeah.
So I did all the paperwork. This is all on Monday. You know, this happened prior Sunday. You know, then I'm trying to answer all their questions. So I'm talking to my other employees that work with them. Like, so did he mention anything? Nothing was mentioned, you know.
So there was no write-up. Nothing happened.
Nothing. He didn't tell anybody about it. And then he said, you know, on Tuesday he decided to go to the doctor, and like they're saying that he probably has a snapped tendon in his knee or torn tendon. Now, what I do know about this employee is that he has another job that's under the table that's kind of a labor-intensive job, which he worked on Tuesday. And then he went to the hospital on Tuesday, and then, informed me 6 days later that it had happened on that previous Sunday when he was on my, where I'm basically do have workman comp insurance, saying, yeah, this happened Sunday a week ago,
well,
and then
the claim's been filed. So what's the big deal? I mean, so there.
Well, the big deal is, the thing is that I'm watching the cameras now. I'm just trying to find out. Oh man, when did this happen? Snap tendon. You're going to feel that, or
share
they can't feel it.
I understand what you're saying. Share it with your insurance company. Share it with Pinnacle. That video.
I mean, is that my responsibility, or is it? I don't want to have a different kind of lawsuit. Like I'm, and I like the guy and everything, and he said he just didn't have Medicaid, so he was applying for that. That's why he didn't tell me. And he's going to
there's nothing wrong with sharing that video with them.
Okay, because he's running out to his car. He's doing basically jumping jacks all the way, before he even leaves the store.
Yeah,
so I mean, they're like injuries happened.
They're your insurance company.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's get we just left the Hartford and went with Pinnacle. Suzanne, let's get Compass on real quick, and I think it's Jen who is the expert on workman's comp, but I do have a question for her. Hold on a second, all right, Ryan? Okay. Yeah. I want to make sure on two things. One, sharing the video, I can't imagine why you wouldn't share it. I almost wonder if you have a duty to share it. That's what I'm curious about.
I'm curious on that, too.
Because if you really think there's fraud and you have some form of proof of it, I would think you do have a duty to your insurance company somewhere in your policy to provide that. But I'd like to get clarification on that. And it says here, if an employer's, it is your employer's responsibility to file the claim on your behalf within 10 days of the time you notify your manager. If you've been out of work for more than this, let me see here. Some state laws, I thought it was 3 days. I'm going to clarify that too. Hold tight, all right?
Okay, thanks.
And if it is over, let's say he didn't report it for over 3 days, the fact you already filed the claim, I'm curious if that does anything. Hold tight. 303-713-8255. Virgo, actually, let me go to Dave, and then Virgo, I'll come to you next. And then Cheryl, you hold tight. Dave, what's your comment on this mountain cabin?
Hey, Mark, how you doing? Hey, I heard you give that one caller a hard time. I was wondering, do you know that Tom came up with a settlement number of $12,000 yesterday? You seen the pictures and everything?
No, I was asking these guys about it, but one of the issues was that stove was never taken in the refrigerator. But no, I have no idea what he came up with. I think $12,000. If they gave anybody $12,000 for that stuff, they'd be insane. And I'll tell Tom that tomorrow with absolutely no problem.
Hey, and also, who won that bumper contest?
Nobody. We are contemplating on what to do. We have some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Well, hold on. We have some stuff coming up that I have been forbidden to talk about, but it's very exciting news. And then at that point, we will probably choose.
Okay, cool.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Dave, did you see those pictures? I want to ask you real quick. Did you see the pictures? Damn it! I told him bye, and then he was gone. I wish he would call back. Dave, if you're listening, do me a favor. Go on your phone, unless you're driving. Go on your computer. We're going to put the pictures up again of the couch and the table that she got $5,600 for and the knickknacks. And I do want more opinions on that. Did Tom really say $12,000? Where the hell did he come up with $12,000?
I think he said it before he actually saw the pictures.
Okay, they're describing what the stuff was.
Correct.
Well, that's a big difference. 303-713-8255. We are trying to get them up. Go ahead, Deputy Dan.
He is getting soft.
He's getting soft. I call him Wonder Bread. He hates that. Cheryl, what's going on with you? Cheryl.
Hello.
Hello, Cheryl. How are you, ma'am?
Better now.
Excellent.
How are you?
I am doing great.
Well, I just want to say thank you for everything that you do for everyone, and you are truly our last hope.
Uh-oh, what's going on? This sounds horrible.
Well, my husband went to a publishing company, which was originally called Publish America. You can find them online. And we published his book, signed a contract with him for 7 years, and had his book published through the company.
Now, is this an e-book, or did they actually print?
No, it's an actual book. We have one hardcover left. It was in hardcover and softcover, and I don't know if it ever made it to ePrint or not.
What was the the deal with what was it called? Publish America. What was the deal?
The deal was that when we signed the contract, they would pay him an original $1 the upfront fee, royalty, and then after that he would get a percentage of the royalties, and the book would be sold worldwide.
Okay.
In the 7 years that we were with him, and we still have never cashed one of them, our largest check we got was for $3.86.
Okay, hold on a second, because this is interesting. Of course, my next question after this break is going to be how many books were sold, and how do you know that? So contemplate that, but hold tight. 303-713-8255. We shall return.
Who do I got?
We need to find Tom a Wonder Bread t-shirt.
I think Suzanne was going to move him to in noon, and I'd like to talk to him on air. You go downtown. Who sung that song?
Everything's great when you're
Downtown.
It was on Seinfeld.
Everything's waiting for you.
That's a Seinfeld episode. His boss gives him
Petula Clark.
He gives him a task. He doesn't hear the task, but he's got a clue.
Petula Clark sang
You'll
that
find
song.
it downtown.
Petula. God, who would name their kid Petula?
Hey.
Oh, wait, is that your daughter's name? I'm sorry. Yeah. Petula.
You go downtown. Remember that guy that said our theme song should be like, God, it was the saddest, most depressing song I ever heard.
What was it? Cats in the Cradle?
The Cats in the
I like that
I
song.
love that song.
But it's,
Who sung it originally?
Oh, not originally. He is the one.
All right, Nick Yutzi, he owns Flexident. If you have any little dings on your door, maybe from the Walmart parking lot or anywhere, this guy can take care of them. And if there's ever a big hailstorm and you're affected, you go to Flexident. He'll usually get you to rent a car without charging you anything, or he'll give you a $500 discount if you mention the Troubleshooter Show. It's crazy. It's cheaper. It's better. It's faster. It's paintless dent repair. And Nick is the best. Flexident, 303-619-6273, or flexidentofcolorado.com.
Harry Chapin.
Yeah, I seen him before he died. At a real small concert.
We went and saw America like 2 summers ago.
60 or a 30?
Oh my God.
Okay.
They should not be doing it.
Harry Chapin, though, was big on world hunger before that was popular
Mm.
in the 70s.
He was
He was. He was a good guy.
What's the other one where,
Taxi.
no, the song where they sing about goodbye, my Michelle, my little one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the Diane song.
No. Diane was Elton John.
The Elton John.
Which was originally the Marilyn Monroe song,
Right.
and he changed it to
Goodbye, cruel world.
It's
You're
hard
leaving
to
me.
die when
Oh, wait,
all the
that's Pink
birds
Floyd.
are singing it. That's a sad song. The sky. I'm dying.
It goes, dun, dun, dun.
Now that the spring is in the air, little children
That was late 60s song there.
What?
That one
wish
you
for
said.
me and
you're
I'll
singing
be
there.
there. We had joy, we had fun, we
When
had
we grew up and
singing
went to
the
school,
song.
there
Now
were
we're
certain
dead
teachers.
and
We walked uphill both ways to school in the snow.
I did.
Yeah.
I homeschooled, and they always put me on the treadmill.
No, we
Elevation 6.
And through snow.
there would be a snow. There would be a
No,
snowstorm.
the treadmill was outside.
Or something before we had gotten our boots, and my parents would put Wonder bread bags
So you're-
over our shoes with rubber bands to walk to school.
We didn't get. You got rubber bands?
We did. What did you get?
We just got them.
We were so poor I had to eat Monopoly pieces.
Houses were my favorite, greenhouses.
Hold on. All right, the only number you need, fixmyhome.com. Listen to this. They're a HVAC company, and the owner's George, but listen to this email we got. Unbelievable customer service. Fix It 24/7 has been to my elderly mother's house all morning taking care of it. They did not leave until they got her heat fixed. And you know the other thing they did? Because she was elderly, they actually reached out to the daughter to make sure everybody was happy with what they were going to do. These are the kinds of things we get all the time about George and the guys at Fix It 24/7. Fixmyhome.com is their number, but these guys are great. Anything you need, 24/7 service, fastest growing home service company around. Listen to that. Tom has known George for over 20 years. I'm reading this stuff. They do go back a long, long time. Check this out. $39 for free call charge. You ready for their phone number? It's very simple. 720-526-3939 or go to fixmyhome.com.
Yeah, here Chapman's songs are all very sad except for the banana stupid.
I got to do different. When I do this Fix It, I want to do something else.
Wording wise?
I like these bullet points. A real furnace tune-up. It's more than a courtesy vacuum. That's my vacuum sound.
I knew that.
That sounds like a horse. That sounds like a horse.
That's also the horse song, or a horse sound also. It's multiple. It covers a plethora of different sounds.
Plethora.
Plethora.
Pleather.
Pleather. That couch is made out of plethora.
Jill is a very nice person.
Don't ask Alexa that right now.
And I understand the loss, but I told her. Now I'll have to call her and say, Mark got a hold of it.
All right, listen, top secret stuff, please don't tell Kaminsky. We're going to play racquetball tomorrow, and I'm going to open up a genuine can of whoop ass on the boy.
Just like that. Do not tell him. Do not tell him. We will report back what happened. Deputy Dan, you have yet to see me open up a can of whoop ass.
There's been no whoop ass.
Well, I haven't opened the can. I just got it. It just showed up from Amazon. All right, Ryan called up. He is the owner of a business, and Jen is with Compass Insurance. Jen, just I'm going to recap you here real quick. So Ryan called up. One of his employees, 10 days after the apparent injury happened, reported it to Ryan. Ryan then reported it to his insurance company, Pinnacle. Now, the curious part about this, Jen, you there?
I am.
The curious part is Ryan actually came across a video of when the apparent accident happened. And, Ryan, you would basically describe it as nothing happened, right?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, the guy's walking around. He's carrying stuff. He's bending over, and I mean, this injury seems pretty significant. Like, the doctor before an MRI is saying snap tendon in his knee, or
Does he have a
torn.
So a couple things, Jen, and if you don't know the answers, let me know. But basically,
Okay.
And if you don't know them, let's do some research and figure it out. I know you guys have connections over at Pinnacle. But one, does he have a duty to give that video to Pinnacle?
I mean, I would say that he does.
I would too.
He's on a team with Pinnacle as their insured, and is in agreement with them as their client. So I would say that he should release the video to Pinnacle. I would be curious, have they asked for anything? This kind of
I mean, I just filed a claim on Monday. I mean, it's
just
just
filed.
basic questions. I mean, and the thing is, I didn't suspect anything was really off until, I just wanted to do the claim quickly, and then basically, then I'm like, man, 8 days later, he, has this. He didn't tell any employees about this. I know he has a side job that's under the table that's labor intensive, which is the same day he was at. When
Jen,
he
that's
had to
really
go to the hospital.
That's where Ryan's coming from, Jen, is he thinks it didn't happen there. It happened somewhere else where he doesn't have insurance. The fact that he reported it 8 or 10 days after the fact, I thought you had to report him within 3 days to your manager or your owner, whoever it happens to be.
I don't know if there's a time frame in which
they are allowed to report the injury.
Got it.
But what I can tell you is that Pinnacle is going to investigate. They're not going to just pay out a claim that they don't think is that you're liable for.
Got it.
So they're going to look at his doctor records. They're going to really dig in on this. I mean, I've actually even heard of workers' compensation companies going as far as hiring investigators
Oh,
to
sure.
go in and like video people who are on a long-term, disability on the workers' compensation policy, and they, get a video of them taking out a mattress, to their garbage and say, okay, you're not really injured any longer. So they'll really dig in on this.
And at this
would
point,
say,
I can see he's injured. I mean, he's injured.
Yeah, but you just don't think it happened there.
No, and my camera footage is going to be gone in 4 days. Pinnacle hasn't asked for anything. I mean,
Well,
I don't
you
know
better
how much
get
they
it.
need.
You better get it downloaded and keep it, man.
I agree. 24 different cameras, and it's a lot of storage and a lot of, I can do all that. I just didn't know if I should just let them do their thing and,
you pretty much have a duty to do so. I bet somewhere in that policy it says, hey, if you know something, you got to tell us. I mean, like she said, you guys are a team.
I don't know that, so that's the thing. I don't know. I hate to question the guy and how that figure.
Yeah, just help him out any way you can, Ryan.
And it's going to raise his premiums too, right?
Yeah, but it's not too horrible. Honestly, I had workman's comp forever. It can definitely raise your premiums. In fact, it will, but it's just not that horrible. So
okay. Yeah, well, I appreciate everything. I was just trying to figure out, I feel bad for this guy. He's injured. I just think he's doing it the wrong way now, in my opinion.
Ryan, I had one. Suzanne, who was that guy, Mike, that went on workman's comp out of, I think it was a Littleton store. Do you remember?
No, I don't.
I wish I could say his last name. I can't think of it, or I would say it. This guy gets out of a car. He did an oil change, and he gets into the car to write the little sticker that says the mileage on it. He gets out of the car and twists his ankle or something, okay? I find out later he's basically got a club foot anyhow. But anyhow, it doesn't matter. He files the claim. We put it in. So because he can't walk around and he's now like in some kind of cast, I said, okay, I'll have you work our help center, which was in our corporate office. So he wasn't going to be in a store anymore. He was going to be in our corporate office simply answering questions coming in, almost like this show, but it was all automotive. Well, this guy gets up to get a cup of water, falls over, because I was in the corporate office, falls over and looks at me like, oh, you really want me working here too? So I called up my insurance agency, and they said the best thing I could do is just get rid of this guy for now. So I let them handle it, and Ryan, I'm telling you to do the same thing. 303-713-8255. He's doing the right thing. Laura's got a problem with the cabinet. We're going to get back to this book publishing thing. I totally space that. And then Virgo has a question, or actually a comment, on dental insurance.
Yeah, Lauren's insurance she doesn't pay anything.
Oh, really?
If you make
got
less
a huge
than whatever.
deduction.
Hey, guys, it's a two-part thing. A guy on Facebook message saying, where do you guys play racquetball? I play at Vasa, which makes me think there's a Vasa right by you guys. That's $10 a month.
What is Vasa?
It's like Planet Hall. It's like Planet Fitness.
Usually that doesn't include racket.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it might be worth looking into. You said you hate that place you play at with Dan.
Well, no, we just make fun
No,
of it.
he said he
But
hates playing with Dan.
regardless, do you want me do you want me to hook this guy up with you guys for maybe to play or not?
Yeah,
Okay.
send me the
So we're going to start making who the loser has to end up going in the hot tub.
Yeah, we
So that's what we're going to actually make
In
it
a banana hammock. Don't kill my husband.
Most people are motivated by freebies, where we're motivated by not wanting to get into the hot tub. Tim, did you get my best of, sir?
Second place guy, I have to go in the steam room.
The dry sauna, that's the best.
There's no dry sauna.
Is it a steam room? Yeah.
Steam room.
So when you were in there,
but I've never taken.
Daphne, it smells when you first walk in the door. The hot tub and the steamer are right there, and I can't explain how bad it smells.
Wet dog.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
like
the worst.
Hot wet dog.
Nasty.
It's horrible.
That's just gross. That means that it's not clean. We have a steam room in our shower in the master bedroom, and it's a big shower.
Maybe we should come and use their steam room.
Oh, is Spence gone? I had a trivia question for him. He's gone, isn't he?
We charge $100
It's all right.
every time.
He knows Seinfeld trivia pretty good.
Does he?
Yep,
Yeah.
he sure does.
I'll bet you I could beat him.
Clipped his camper with the tree down an alley. Well, that's not smart. Let's just tell it how it is.
Oh, and they want...
Shit, my snowblower hit my new bus. Barely. Just enough, and it was spinning. Just enough to take a little bit of paint off. How I didn't eat that corner, I have no idea. Never drink whiskey while snow.
Yeah, that's the issue.
I think.
So this guy wants.
Do I have any spots?
Sue the owner of the tree.
That'd be funny.
Natural
Yes, ma'am.
disasters.
Sweet.
Swing.
Oh, I don't have time constraints, so do I? Or are you packaging it in? And in what? Oh, okay. When she said coming up, she means after the break. Do we have anything now? Okay.
I'm never gonna. That song's gonna be in my head.
It will. What's it actually about?
About a guy dying.
Him dying, or the?
Yeah. Goodbye, Michelle, my little one. You gave me love and helped me find
So
my
it wasn't
son.
her dying.
It's him.
Okay.
And every time that I was down, you would always come around and get
Have
me
you
up.
ever heard the song The Dance?
No.
It's Garth Brooks. I mean, shit, it's huge. You've never heard The Dance?
How's it go?
These two.
Almost a free bar. A few bars.
Well, I say it's about one thing. Other people say it's about something else. But it could be taken both ways, actually.
What are the words? The Dance. Let me pull it up.
Oh, it's a great song, though.
Words to the Dance by Garth Brooks.
I'm going to...
Looking back on the memory
I'm gonna
of
run.
the dance we shared beneath the stars above.
That's right.
Above the world was right. We could have known that we'd ever say goodbye.
What about the Elton John, Hang On My Brother?
I want to see what she thinks it's about. I'll be very curious.
It all and the way it would go.
Okay, time's up, Dad.
Yeah, tell me what you think it's about.
Divorce?
He did a lot on divorce, boy.
Did he get divorced?
Yes.
Remember, he quit being Garth Brooks for a while and he became somebody else. That was weird.
Elton John, he became Elton John for a while.
There's a new Elton John movie coming out.
Yes.
I will see that. I like Elton
straight
John.
guy.
Was he straight or is he gay?
No, he's gay.
Was he straight?
Who is gay? Garth Brooks?
Elton John.
Oh, Elton John.
Hold on, guys.
He was.
Art of Granite! Check these guys out. Artofgranite.net. If you want the best countertops around, he's got all kinds of stone in his yard down there. But listen to this. If you don't see the granite or the marble or whatever you want down there, he will let you, and I say he, I mean Mitch, the owner, will let you use his wholesale account to get whatever slab you want from any of the wholesalers. This guy does an absolutely wonderful job. He's got custom cabinets that he sells for a lot less than even the big box. Very small markup. He's got sinks. He can do custom edges, whatever you want done for the kitchen and the bath and wherever you need a countertop. Here's a very cool part too. You ready for this? If you buy the kitchen, you'll generally get the bathroom for free. That's hard to beat. They're open 6 days a week. They serve the Denver metro area and the mountain communities. And like I said, think about that. You get the kitchen done finally, you get the bathroom for free. Give them a call right now, 303-386-5919, 303-386-5919. Bold.
Garth Brooks says, a lot of people believe that it's about a love that's gone wrong, but to me it's always been a song about life. Or maybe the loss of people that you had given the ultimate sacrifice for a dream. And they believe in, like JFK.
I think
or
it's
Martin
like,
Luther King.
I think the whole message is it's better to have loved and lost than never to love in the beginning, regardless if it's a wife or a divorce or a parent dying or whatever. But I am a philosopher of sorts.
Yeah.
Right, Dan?
You can't say it better.
It's a great song, though.
I think it's
Look at you quoting Alfred Lord Tennyson.
You should hear when Dan quotes. Let me tell you something. His quotes are so far off.
No,
I have never in my life heard anything like it.
No, that's exactly what it is. Only
not what he said. It's exactly what it is, but it has nothing to do
No,
with
it's not. It's a synopsis of
All right,
that.
I'm calling Deputy Dan out on the air.
Okay. This.
I am calling him out, man.
I didn't make that up, but I wish it.
Pull up.
Franklin on dating older women.
Pull up the one
yeah,
with the
he
old
did.
women.
Yeah. So a synopsis.
Pull up his actual quote
I
for
read it. He's got like a.
Pull up the
like
actual
8 different
quote.
things.
He's afraid to.
No.
It's not even close.
It is. It's a synopsis.
Security cat. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints. Make your
life just a little bit better. And don't forget, we actually get involved. We make calls to companies if they rip you off. We'll try to negotiate a deal. We'll do whatever it takes, and I mean it. We will do whatever it takes to help you out. And that's it. We've got a list of members on our referral list at referrallist.com. That is incredible. Everywhere from attorneys to roofers to contractors to doctors to dentists to psychologists. We've got everything on referrallist.com. You have to check it out. Speaking of which, Frank Duran, the real estate man. Frank, when I talk to you, literally, if you're watching me on Facebook right now, I'm jumping up and down. The reason I'm jumping up and down is because I am so happy you just closed on the deal with Martino, right? Did you guys close today?
We did. We sure did. It was early this morning and got the job done. Thank God.
When we talk about using people, how many times have I used you, Frank? I know you in Castle Rock, you sold my house. Then you helped me find a house in Franktown.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've done other stuff together, which is great.
It's incredible. When we talk about people on the referral list, we speak the truth. It's simple as that. And what I love about what Frank does, and if you're listening to me, I don't care if you have a mother-in-law or a brother or a friend. Anybody can be a realtor with very little knowledge, quite frankly, and I do find that to be an issue. And if I'm making you sound horrible right now because you're a realtor and you're not that good, well, you should feel horrible. The reality is you need someone that can get you the most money for your house. And Frank has a secret sauce. He negotiates every deal. I have seen it. I have watched him work, and he's incredible. And I assume, Frank, you still do that exact thing.
You know, Mark, we do. I tell you, I think people are surprised sometimes because I actually go out to the property, and I think they're expecting a team member or one of my team members, but it's actually me. I come out to the property. And I think they're surprised that I personally negotiate the listing for them. So that's something we'll always have that hands-on attention with our clients.
Here's what he did. Listen, folks, here's what he did at my house, and I am not kidding you. I said, Frank, I want to sell this, and I'm going to make up numbers at this point. I want to sell this house for $120,000. Frank said, we can't list this at $120,000. That would be dumb, Mark. We don't want to list it at $120,000. We want to list it at $100,000. And I look at Frank, and I go, Frank, you're killing me. What do you mean you only want to list it there? I think we can get this for it. What are you doing, Frank? He goes, Mark, here's what we're going to do. We're going to list it lower than market. We're going to get so many offers, they're going to start a bidding war. Then you can cherry pick through them. So I said, okay, this guy's been doing this forever and a day. He's been doing it 20, 30 plus years. I'm going to go ahead and put everything into Frank's hands. My God, he came back and sold it for over $140 using that example. He got more than I initially wanted, and it basically paid for all his fees. Frank, you got anything else to add? Because it's pretty simple when we're talking about you. You're the best.
Mark, thank you, my friend. I'll tell you, we actually just took one the other day, $50,000 over asking price, and got him to buy it as is. So thank you so very much.
Think of what he just said. He listed someone's house. Can you give us numbers? How much did you list it for?
Sure. We put it at $424.9 to be exact, and we ended up selling for $475, and we actually sold it
for as much as some of the homes that had started at 5 and went down to 470 that had more updating than we had.
It's incredible.
We had no updating, and we still sold for 475.
And this man will take care of you. He'll never hold you hostage to a contract. You sign a deal with Frank, and it's like this. If you change your mind, guess what? He'll walk away. There'll be no ramifications. He is that honest. He is that great. Frank you. I just said Frank you. Hey, listen. Hey, I just coined a new phrase. Frank you. I don't know if that's good or bad, but there it is. Frank you.
He's the best, Jerry.
He's the best. Frank, have a good day, man. Thanks for coming on.
Friend. God bless. Bye.
I love him. I swear to God, is there a nicer... Anytime I talk to Frank, the problem is I feel like crap because I'm not nearly as nice as him.
Hey, Mark, that property, I even asked him about it.
Oh, you did?
I did. The one that
God.
sold for so much above.
If you ever want anything, just call up Frank, and I mean this. This will be the last I talk about this, but I love talking about this, man. If you want to just know, if you have no intention of selling your house at all, but you want to know how much it's gone up in the last few years, just call Frank up. He'll tell you what you can probably get for it. He can help you plan for a sale way down the road. He can sell now. He can sell later. He can help you find a place. My God, 303-920-1622. 303-920-1622. FrankDuranHomes.com. Phil, I'm sorry, no. Virgo had a comment on dental insurance. We had someone, actually, no, we didn't have anybody call in about it. I made the comment talking to our health insurance expert that I used to, when I employed a bunch of people, we offered Delta Dental. And the problem I always ran into is my employees would go down to get something done, and if they hadn't been paying for it for a year or 2 years or whatever, really their benefits sucked. They had nothing. Virgo, what's your opinion or what's your comment?
Okay, my comment on the dental insurance is that now I'm talking about the discount type.
Oh, you mean like, we had that for a while. Suzanne and I bought, God, babe, what was the name of that first one we had where we paid like, what, $200 and then you get a discount?
For dental? Or?
Yeah, not the one we currently have prior.
Comfort.
We go to Dr. Kelly now. Yeah, Comfort Dental.
Comfort Dental.
So we paid them a certain amount per year, then you get discounts. But honestly, it sucked. If you go in with cash, you can generally get a better deal.
Okay, but here's what happened to my wife and I, and we've been through this 2 times with these outfits.
What happened?
Okay, the premium is decent, and you get a list of all of the procedures.
Yep, we had the same thing.
Oh, okay, now you go to the dentist the first time, you pick a dentist, and we happen to go to this Comfort Dental, and now we got a cleaning, and the cleaning was just kind of subpar.
Yeah.
And I can tell, I've had my teeth cleaned many times.
Yeah, it wasn't good, I get you.
Cleaning. Okay, and then it had the line item in there for the procedure, and that's what we paid. Okay, but there he spotted a cavity. He says you need to make an appointment to come back. So I did.
Got it.
Went back there. Now, there's also a line item for a cavity. So I asked him, this cavity is going to cost X. Oh, yeah, that's okay. So anyway, when it's all said and done, I go up there to take and pay my bill. Guess what?
More.
He's added about 5 different line items on there.
That sucks.
Okay, now, that drives the price of it up, so you might just as well go to wherever you want to.
And pay cash and not pay the deductible or pay the fee to join.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you realize, though...
And that happened, that happened numerous times to us. So finally I said, this is enough. It's out of it. I found a local dentist, worked with him. I'm happy.
So, Virgo, the interesting part about Comfort Dental is they're really just an advertising agency that signs up independent dental offices that agree to do certain things at certain fees. So you're right that, well, in my opinion, they're not very good either, but it all depends on which dentist you go to as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and these outfits is Discount Dental.
Yep.
Any dentist that signs up for it, you can go to them.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely, you can.
And yeah, so my advice to people is look at it.
Is that your real name, Virgo?
No, it's Virgil. Virgil.
Oh, Suzanne put up Virgo. I'm going, what an odd thing. A woman just pops out a kid and looks at it and says, Virgo. But Virgil, yes, I get it. Virgil. In fact, I'm going to guess your age, Virgil. Okay? And I'm going to do this based upon, hold on, I'm going to do this based upon a very good friend I have whose name is Virgil. Okay?
Okay.
75.
You missed it by 7 years. I'm 82.
Oh, wow. Okay. Virgil was a very popular name years ago, though.
Yes, it was.
All right, sir. Thank you, and I appreciate you giving the advice. I know it says Virgo on the screen. I'm like, wow, that's kind of...
I like Libra better.
Is he confused? Did he come out spinning?
That was Nate's fault.
Oh.
He's training in here.
You know what? I'm going back to saying Deputy Daff is way better. That's it. I was saying how great Nate was doing. What was that? Monday, Tuesday. He was a rock star.
Several times.
Now he doesn't know the difference between Virgo and Virgil.
But we all know Suzanne is the rock star behind all this.
Shame on you, Nate. All right. Where are we going here? I probably should go to break.
I thought you wanted to do a quote on Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah. Let's, right before I go to break, though, this is interesting. What does on access mean? Oh, let's see here. Hold on a second.
Doing my job, Mark.
Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So I got a little confused looking at this. I like when you join us this way. For folks listening, basically there's two ways we can talk to Brent. And this way I like because you sound like you're right here in studio, man.
It's great. The marvel of technology.
Yeah, not only that, Brent, I was talking about you the first hour. I have done the math so many times on how much I have saved when I went from a 30 to a 15. It's absolutely incredible. I think I calculated over $400,000 of money I would have purely wasted.
Well, for sure. I mean, I get this question, Mark, all the time from people. And the thing I'm asked is, what should I do with my home loan? It's really simple. Pay it off as fast as you can. And as you experience going to a 15-year term, you are going to save 6 figures in payments and interest easily, regardless of your loan size. And remember, the more you owe, the more you're going to save. Right now, rates are at some of the lowest levels we've seen since December of 2017.
Wow, and there's a lot of people, listen to this, you probably don't like this side of it, Brent, but you are a man of your word, and Ideal's been around forever. People that actually got a loan say, a year ago at a higher rate, if it moved 3/4 down, which a lot of them did, you refied them again for free.
That's right, and we'll do it again and again. Remember, every time you refinance, that 2 years resets. We look at it this way. We want you to be a client for life, and if rates go down, we want to cover you and make sure you're taking advantage of it by benefiting from lower payments and lower interest rates.
And you know what? I'm going to spark a little interest in people out there. Listen to what I'm going to say, folks, and I can't tell you everything, but Brent and Ideal is going to have a new product soon that I think is one of the most incredible products I have ever seen. Can I tease it just a little, Brent, or you don't even...
Yeah, we're not quite ready with it, but yeah, go ahead and give out a little bit of the detail.
Listen to this. Listen to what I tell you. Imagine doing a second on your house, okay, and you don't have to make a payment for 10 years. Brent?
Yep. That's the deal.
And the interest rate could be as low as what?
Oh, we've seen some with as low effective interest rate of 3%.
3%, 10 years, no payments. Think of this. Your house goes up in 10 years, a massive amount. If you're planning on moving 10 years, that loan could cost you next to nothing. You don't have to make one payment. Brent, I love you guys, man, and I hope that new product rolls out soon because I can already hear the buzz in people. 303-867-7000, Ideal Home Loans, idealhomeloans.com.
This report is sponsored by Murdoch. Travel across the Mile High City Freeway.
10 years, 3.
I know. It says here, makes me sick to hear you promote greedy realtors like Duran and the sellers that are the reason there is a housing crisis. I'm like, Frank is salt of the earth.
Yeah,
Let's put the blame where it should be, and the people moving here from out of town.
What are they saying, though? Greedy realtors, what's happening?
I know, I don't know.
That means they can't afford a house.
Well, I'm saying Frank is salt of the earth.
Yes,
Let's put the blame where it should be, and it's the people moving here from out of town.
I blame Nate.
For our drugs.
Hey, now tell, is in the synopsis of Ben Franklin.
Do I have anybody?
Oh, we need to do it online. It needs to be.
Is that a good synopsis of the main points?
Yeah.
My name is Dan. My dad threw pliers at me. They hurt my
It was
feelings.
advice to young men on the choice of mistresses.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin.
Yeah, what is his actual quote? Do you see it?
There's a whole bunch of them.
8 of them.
Yeah,
And
one of
not
them
one
is,
of them is what Dan said.
No, 3 of them are.
No, 3 of them are. And I want to say it on air because it's funny.
Okay, listen, if you have any pain, I want you to at least call and check out, set up an appointment with Centeno Schultz. They are the stem cell experts. You can avoid surgery sometimes, but what I love about these guys is how straightforward they are. Let's say you got shoulder pain or a rotator cuff. They're going to do an MRI. They're going to check you out. They're going to let you know the real deal about stem cells. Are they going to help you? The other part that is incredible is they're the pioneers. They will actually extract your own stem cells. Then they bring them back to their lab. They use guided injections to put them back in where they're supposed to be, whether it's your rotator cuff or maybe an ACL tear. You know, there's been people that have had knee replacement, and that could be 4 or 6 months, you know, healing up. Sometimes stem cells can speed that up incredibly. You've got to check it out. There's no harm in calling. They're the real deal. I back them 100%. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. TheStemCellExperts.com.
I don't know. I got a major pain that I don't think Centeno Schultz could take care of.
No. Hey, we played golf together. We are top. We are.
That's
I heard you. I heard the guy that one shot like a 40.
No, 56.
No, 56. There was a tie.
What'd you shoot?
77?
Well, we shot a 77 together.
It's still below par, isn't it?
Yeah, way, yeah.
Here's the issue. If I was there, you guys would have won.
Please, because you would have written in 3s on everything.
Did they have a beer girl driving around?
Yes.
Did you guys
Dan
indulge
bought
in
around,
beverages?
We bought around.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then my round
How much
had
did
to
they
go
get?
in the bushes.
I had to remind him to get. Oh yeah, yeah. Dan went into the bushes and he goes like this. He doesn't. Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Because I had made it look like I wasn't going in the bushes.
He was just relaxing.
Oh, where's my ball? Oh, there's my ball.
There's one. Oh
That's
my gosh!
right.
And then we ran out, and it was like Easter egg hunting.
Ooh. And then we see the sign, stay out of there.
Is it a hard course?
No,
Oh,
it wasn't
it's
too
not
bad. There were a few.
They just need a little more.
Do we have anything, Shannon, coming up?
That was crazy not to have porta potties or something around there.
Yeah, something. For guys, it's easy.
Easier.
What do we got? Yakety yak. Don't talk back.
And then Virgil.
Planes, trains, automobiles. Great movie.
Virgil, and then Virgil, quick, come see, there goes the
You know your
rocket.
song.
It was the summer of '65.
All right, my complete attention is going to go to Cheryl. She started out a conversation
with us, and basically what happened is, it sounds like a horrible circumstance. She made a deal with I assume it's a self-publisher for books, and they basically got into a contract, and the initial deal was she was going to get basically $1 a book for X amount of books. Then they were going to get a percentage. But the most money she has seen so far, Cheryl, has been like a check for $3.
Well, that's not correct. It's not a self-publishing company. It's a book publishing company. They take care of the entire book.
Everything.
The illustration, everything.
Oh, that's kind of
The
cool.
initial royalty was for $1.
Got it.
That's just to start the contract. But after that, then we would get a percentage off of each book that would be sold worldwide.
And you said it's been 7 years, right?
Correct. The name of the book is The Wagon Man, and you can still type it in and find the book, used copies of it for sale.
How many was in the initial run?
Well, we were never told. When we tried to contact their accounting department, we were told that we did not have access to it.
Why?
And then we given no explanation. We found that this company, Publish America, is now known as America Star Publishing.
Did the other one go? Do you know if they went out of business or if someone purchased the assets? I mean, do you know anything about the
What I do
change?
know is that they started in the UK under a different name.
Oh, boy.
They did the same thing over there to thousands of authors, and were facing lawsuits and criminal action, and moved here to the United States and went to work as Publish America. Their office was located in Frederick, Maryland.
But you did business with the one here in the U.S., right?
Correct.
Okay.
And they've done the same thing to their thousands of authors here, but now they've changed their name and moved overseas.
Here's what so now they're gone again and they're overseas?
As far as we know, as far as we can find.
Geez, Cheryl, I don't know what we could possibly do for you if they've moved overseas.
Well, what about their federal taxes? Could the federal government go after them? If they're not paying their authors, then surely they're not paying their taxes.
Well, I don't know the answer to that. Dan, what were you going to say?
Is your husband's Philip Cargyle?
That's him, yes, sir.
Yeah, I see the book.
Okay, well, wow.
Yeah, and back when we were still under contract, I could go into Amazon or Barnes and Nobles or any of the .com publishers and find so many new books for sale and several used books for sale. But we still have all of our emails where they would send us emails telling us they had not sold any books for the quarter.
I don't know how you'd prove it either way. One, let's just go right to the elephant in the room. They're not even in this country anymore. I mean, you're not going to go serve them over a couple $1,000.
Yeah, they may still be here in the country. I'm not sure.
Send us, here's what I will do. Send us the contract you have. Do you still have that?
I do not, but it's a general contract.
Well, I know, but I can at least see who you had the contract with and what the contract says. What are we going to do now? Call up someone else and go, hey, listen, we had this woman call in. We don't have any contract that you guys agreed to or anything else, but we want to know why you didn't pay her.
Publish America, you can see that it's not just us, that they've done it to all of the authors.
Yeah, I mean, Deputy Daff, I don't know what we'd possibly do on this, but I'd put you on it. I mean, do you see any hope here?
When it's out of the country, our hands are tied.
It's next to impossible. I mean, I'm sorry to even inform you of that, Cheryl.
Well, can we find if they're possibly still in the country? They may still be here.
We can look. I mean, we can look. We'll do that for you. But I've got it once again. Who's the exact company you did who you did it with?
Publish America.
See what you guys can just spend a few minutes on it. Cheryl, do we have your information?
Not yet. I'd be happy to get it to you.
All right,
the first thing that pops up is Publish America scam.
Yep.
Total scam. Is there a phone number? Is there anything?
Just the title of the book would be The Wagon Man.
No. We're talking about, do they have a phone number?
Yeah, I'm not finding anything so far.
Cheryl, I'm sorry. It's just I don't know what we could possibly do. I mean, honest to God, I hate to say that, but this is one that, I'll just say it, we're going to have to pass on. I don't know. It's just not worth the resources because nothing's going to happen. They've scammed lots of people, and they're not even in this country. Why don't you republish it?
Well, that's what I'm in the process of doing, is getting it all together and then do it myself through Amazon.
What's the book about, Cheryl?
It's about my husband, Philip, when he walked all the way from Panama City Beach, Florida, to Los Angeles, California, pulling 5 wagons behind him. And he's a cartoonist, so he had
that's cool.
Cut out 10 wooden cartoon characters and hand brush painted them and put 2 characters in each of the 5 wagons and pulled every step of the way from Florida to Los Angeles.
He actually did this?
He did, and the book is about the walk and the people he met along the way.
How old was he when he did this?
He was 43 years old. It took him 1 year and 4 months to complete the walk.
And what did you do while he was gone for 1 year and 4 months?
Well, I did not know him then. I had met him recently afterwards, and I did the research, and I talked to the the mayor of Crawford, Texas. I talked to his secretary,
cool.
and she remembered him coming through, and then just about the whole town of Crawford came out to meet him, and he had walked through to say hello to the president, which was President Bush during the time, because he called home and checked on his mom quite often. She had COPD, and he was taking care of her, and adding to the quality of her life.
All right.
So one time
All
when
right,
he
Cheryl.
called home, she said,
Cheryl,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
appreciate it. It's a little more than I wanted.
Yeah, that's okay.
But it sounds like a very cool book, and if something does happen and we can help you, I promise we will, but don't get your hopes up. I just don't like sugarcoating stuff anymore. Everything you Google about it is a complete scam. There's no phone numbers. They rip me off. They're not in this country. Holy cazoli,
It
Phil.
even says here that they're publishing books for free.
Yeah, well, of course, nobody does that. Phil, what's going on with you?
I was taking my travel trailer to pick up something. It's like a toy hauler, so I was going to go pick up a couch.
Cool.
At an ARC thrift store in the back, and there
Hey, out
was
of curiosity,
Yeah.
how much is a couch at an ARC thrift store? Seriously.
Well, this one was like priced at $220 for the couch and love seat, so it was like
wow. I thought
forget what
we had a little argument. We had no idea you went there and bought one, but I thought you could go to ARC or Goodwill and get a couch for $10, and Dan's like, no, it's going to be a couple hundred, so he was right.
Well, no, you
Or
probably
he was
can.
closer.
This was a leather couch. This was a leather one.
Oh,
Leather.
so a nice one, not a 1970s Archie Bunker classic.
Right, yeah. Well, I saw some in the trash can back there, too, so.
I
yeah.
dig. Okay, so what happened?
So there was a tree that was overhanging about, I'd say 11 feet high, more or less.
Yeah.
Went into the paved road, so I clipped the top of my camper and kind of damaged it.
Ooh.
So I was curious to know whether...
Where was the tree?
It was right on the side. It's, it's in the back of an ARC. It's not an alley, but it's kind of one of those service access roads.
No. What I mean is it on a easement? Is it on private property? Whose property was the tree on?
Oh, I guess the tree is actually on private property, but it kind of overhangs the road up there, kind of,
I think it's going to be a far stretch, but you could, are you sure it's on private property, though, and it's not on an easement? Let's put it this way. If maybe not even an easement. If it's on...
probably an easement.
Say that again?
It's probably an easement because I know most properties have like a 5-foot easement.
Yeah, well, or it's city property. That's more, if it's city property, you don't have, I'm not an attorney, but I don't see it happening, period, end of story. If it's on an easement for somebody, let's say Comcast or, a CenturyLink, some kind of bigger company, it's still going to be really hard, man. Do they have to trim a tree that's hanging over? I would guess the city probably does have an ordinance, if you're responsible for that tree, what to do. So it's all going to come down to who you go after. But it sounds like a small claims court. Deputy Dan, do you know something?
It's 11 feet high. I mean, I would say he doesn't have a chance.
That's what I basically am saying. But, how much damage are we talking about?
I mean, I'm not a repairman, but I would say in the 500 range probably.
See, here's where I go down to. If you, let's say it's CenturyLink, and you literally sue them in small claims court for $500, I personally think they'd pay it, because they're not going to send an attorney there and argue about it. I really do think they'd pay it. Same if it was a homeowner. And the other thing is, you might have a valid claim. I would look up whatever city it happened to. Do they have an ordinance of what they need to do to a tree? Can they have a branch hanging out over the right-of-way? I don't know. And I'm sure every city's going to be different, but it would be curious. Yeah. Hey, there's certain things I never thought I'd win in small claims court, and I have. So I don't care what anybody says listening, going, well, I don't think he'll get it. Let me tell you, you talk to a big company like Verizon or someone like that, you think they want to cough up about $4,000 for some attorney to show up at small claims court?
But this is an ARC. It's a nonprofit.
What do you mean it's an ARC? I don't care if it's nonprofit. No, ARC's not. Did you think it was on ARC's property?
No.
Yeah, and even if it was, you can still sue a nonprofit. There's no weird rules about that. So that's what I would do. Phil, to recap, the first thing I would do is see if there is a city ordinance. If there is something saying they got to take care of that tree, and the branch shouldn't have been hanging out over the right-of-way or over the street or over the sidewalk or wherever, if there actually is a rule that was broke, then I would figure out who's responsible for that tree, and I'd go to small claims court. It'll cost you $55. You might get $500.
Okay.
If it's city property, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't do a damn thing. If it's city property, forget it, man. Government immunity would cover that all day long.
Right.
Hasta la vista. Laura, what's going on with you? Laura.
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I got it, Laura, I got to take a break real quick, but give me the gist of your issue.
Sure. So my husband and I own a construction company, and we were contracted by homeowners to redo a pretty high-end kitchen. And we took the homeowners to Casey Cabinetry, and to make a long story short, till you get back, we had to go with other vendors because he pretty much took the money and just hasn't paid us, won't pay the homeowners.
All right, hold on. I'm getting the gist of it. I want to figure out who this company is or this guy. Hold tight. 303-713-8255. One line open. We'll be right back.
I didn't hear one thing she said. Can someone tell me? I was staring at something.
What, cabinet?
Oh, yeah.
So they're a business. They bought the people that they were going to do the kitchen with. They brought them to Casey Cabinetries. They picked out the cabinetries, and they never delivered them, and they won't give them their money back. 12,000 down, something like that.
Wait a minute. She's the contractor?
She's the contractor.
She bought cabinets for a client?
Right.
She ordered them from
Casey Cabinetries.
So Casey Cabinetries never delivered.
Right.
Homeowners never got them.
And they had to
She's never got them.
And they had to go to somebody else to get this project done.
Are they still around, Casey Cabinets?
I don't know.
I mean, that sounds like an outright ripoff.
Right. Oh, it is.
Wow.
She said she knows of other ones also. That's from her email.
Is it letter K, the letter C?
Yeah, letter K, K.C. Yeah, there it is, website.
Go see if we can get them on the horn, Dan.
Okay.
Go see if we can get them on horn.
303.
You know, we went to P.F. Chang's yesterday.
Ooh, I like it.
You know, I swear
I
their
like
portions
Holly's.
have shrunk.
They are so small, and that's why that Holly's,
John Holly's is good.
Holly's, you get these huge portions. They're so good. It's truly, yeah. P.F. Chang's, blah, not good. I need to take my parents to John Holly's. They love Chinese food.
They also have, I don't like sushi, but they got that nice sushi bar.
They have a good sushi bar.
I always get the same thing there. She always gets the salmon or sea bass, whatever.
Right.
I can't think of what I
get.
get. I think I get the Mongolian.
Ooh, I love Mongolian beef. I got their special last time that was a shrimp, and asparagus or something, and oh my gosh, it was so good.
I got, last night I got shrimp, not Mongolian shrimp, some kind of spicy shrimp, but they put like 8,000 peanuts in it, man.
Yeah.
I don't mind a few. Who?
Yeah, that John Holly, that's my new fave.
Yes. Listen, the Raleigh House, serious business here. If you know someone that has any kind of addiction, you really got to learn how to talk to them. And we created this number along with the guys at the Raleigh House. And here's what I'm saying. If you maybe have a wife or a brother or sibling, somebody that has an addiction, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's pain pills, maybe it's heroin, maybe it's anything, and you can't seem to get through to them. They have come up with different ways to where they'll explain to you right over the phone how to communicate with them and possibly how to get them in for help. This is the real deal. It's real information. They want to help these people. And by the way, if they do get into treatment, these guys have the real deal treatment. You know, it's blood work, it's nutrition, it's supplements, it's environmental, it's psychological, it's everything. They believe in everything that works. Reach out to them. If you have an addict in your life that you want to get through to, write this number down and just give them a call, 720-730-9722. 720-730-9722. And if you are an addict and want to talk about getting help, please give them a call. 720-730-9722.
Ben Franklin even goes on to say, the woman's face goes first, and he goes on to talk.
Hold on. Let me get this pulled up.
What? You're enamored about that.
No, I'm having it here if he talks about it.
Well, and you got it there.
He says here, the face goes first, it goes lank and wrinkled, and then he talks about going down the body, and then he goes, just cover it with a basket.
But you tell me, the Ben Franklin, that you're telling me mine is a nice synopsis of it.
It is. It's
I'll
a nice
ask you
synopsis of all of it.
I want you to give the actual real quote, just
Well,
the
the
one.
one that he quoted.
Just the one. Then you're going to say yours.
Oh, do you want to say yours?
No, I know mine. It's not mine. I heard it before.
Yeah. Is it after this?
Put a bag over there.
A-M-O-U-R-S. Amours? You're amors?
Amorous, that's
Amors.
Right, yeah.
Being amorous. You're amors.
Ben Franklin, seriously, I reading his book. I read it once. I'm reading.
He's incredible.
The smartest of the phonies.
You know he invented the kite?
And glasses. No, not the
bifocals. Not glasses.
Stove,
Bifocals.
bifocals.
The Franklin stove.
He did actually invent the telegraph, right?
No.
Who did that?
No.
Ben.
Morse code.
From Morris.
No, not Morse code.
Yes,
Morse
that's
code I can do right here.
Bell?
That's who did it.
Here, tell me what I'm saying. I'm going to do my whole commercial in Morse code.
Frank Duran.
The real estate man.
Have you done my commercial yet? Renew?
No. Hold on.
Is it on there?
Hasta la vista to winter, hopefully. Gosh, I hope we don't see any more snow. And hello to the spring sale with K&H Home Solutions. Listen, this is the real deal, man. When you sign up with K&H, you save 25% on your entire purchase right now of windows, doors, and sidings. And on top of that, they're going to keep the same deal going where you get triple pane glass for the price of dual pane glass. 25% off plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass. These guys have some of the best siding out there as well. It's stuff that's actually impregnated. You will never have to paint it. It's got a great warranty, and it's got a great company that stands behind it. This Everlast siding, lifetime durability, waterproof, and like I said, color fast. And you can get all kinds of colors. The palette is very extensive. You need to call these guys right now. Is the time to save that 25%, get that free upgrade, and these guys have been around forever. Ready? 303-421-7100. It's that easy. 303-421-7100 or khwindows.com.
Didn't that Laura says she was a contractor? Sorry, I called up Kate.
Okay, I've got an issue with Deputy Dan. He quotes things occasionally.
And he decided to quote Ben Franklin. Listen to what I'm saying, folks, and I promise I'll get right to the phones. I don't know which way to go first. I think I'm going to go, Dan, give me the quote you heard that Ben Franklin did. Just say it. And what does it have to do with?
This has to do with dating older or taking an older woman as a mistress.
So Ben Franklin, as we all know, did a lot of great things. And he also wrote numerous books and poems and all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, the guy was clever.
Yes.
So this is what he had to say about dating older women. Go ahead.
A synopsis?
What you told me he quoted.
I said it as a synopsis of what he said.
No, you didn't say any. The word synopsis was never brought up. So let's not go back and change reality. You said it was a Ben Franklin quote.
in a synopsis, he said, for dating older women, they don't swell, they don't tell, and they're grateful as hell.
Okay, that's what he tells me. And I think, Ben Franklin, father of our country, doesn't sound like something that would be said back then. So I looked it up. Daphne, you found the actual quote, which is what?
Well, there's lots of quotes, but one of the things he says is that the face goes first, then the neck, and then on down, so just cover it with a basket.
Now, my point is this. They don't sound anywhere the same. Nothing. There's nothing even in common about what he said and what Dan said he said.
No, there's 3 of them that are.
Okay, which one? Which one? Go.
Oh, well, yeah, as far as they... Well,
he's talking about a basket. A basket.
The Ammers, you should prefer an older woman.
Go.
And it just goes on. It's
about the basket.
More knowledgeable.
Yeah. So here's what happened. Dan was in kindergarten at some point, and some kid at school said something about they don't swell and they're fat as hell or whatever you just said. And that is not what the father of our country said. Conversation over. Laura, let's get back to these cabinets. You there? Laura?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, so
okay.
I understood. They actually caught me up. Unfortunately, I got caught not paying attention while I was talking to you, which happens occasionally. So anyhow, you gave $12,000 to what company?
Actually, it was more, so it's over $13,000.
Holy moly.
KC Cabinetry. They're based in Littleton.
Are they still open?
And they're still open.
See, this is amazing to me. You gave them $13,000 for cabinets for one of your clients, right?
Yes.
Why didn't they deliver the cabinets?
Well, that's what we wanted to know. So we brought the customers to their location. We have done business with them before, but very, very small.
I understand. How long ago was this, Laura?
This was in February, so this whole started, I think, February 23rd.
So help me with this and don't exaggerate. To your best guess, when we call them up and say, hey, Laura called up with so-and-so, they gave you $13,000, you never gave the money back, you never delivered the cabinets, what are they going to tell us? Because I find it hard to believe they're going to say, well, we just want to keep the money. But I'd like to know, what are they going to say?
Well, first of all, they're going to say, who is Laura? So the contract was with the homeowners and us.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Once they know who I'm talking about, what are they going to say about the money?
They've been saying that the stalling has come from our end, which isn't accurate.
You mean for delivery or for what? I guess I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, what I'm saying here is that they were in charge of the one designing the kitchen, putting in a draft design, and once the kitchen has been designed, they were in charge of ordering all the cabinets.
Okay, let's do this. Here's what I want to do, Laura. I do want to help you out because right now you have got no cabinets. Can you go pick them up now or they're gone?
No, we can't pick them up. We had to go with another vendor.
Okay, so they simply did not make the cabinets. They're not there for you to pick up, and they still got your money, correct?
Correct.
Deputy Dan, call these clowns.
I did call him.
And what did they say?
So the guy was headed out, so he couldn't say anything.
Was he the owner, manager, who?
I believe it was the owner.
Okay.
I didn't get his name. But what he said is, we have a policy, and I assume that's in the contract, that if you order cabinets and cancel it, we do not refund, but we will give you credit.
Okay, well, let me ask her that. Do you have store credit with them, Laura?
We signed no contract.
Okay, Laura, here's what I need you to do. So you're telling me you can't even say, how do you even prove to me you gave them any money then?
Well, they gave us a receipt. We have a receipt.
Can you send me the receipt?
Absolutely.
Okay, hold tight. Let's get that receipt, because if that's what the guy told you and there's no contract, what the hell is he talking about?
He says that's their policy. And
they could be a policy that's written in the store.
Yes.
Are they telling you have no credit with them as well, Laura?
Yes. So what they're saying is,
Laura, listen though. I'm rushing you for a reason, just because of the time constraint. Are they acknowledging they'll give you a credit or not? No credit, no money, no cabinets, or they're offering you a credit?
Nothing.
Nothing. See, Deputy Dan, something's totally wrong.
Yep, I told him I'd call him
after the show. This is two different. Yeah, call him after the show.
But I'd like to get that receipt there.
This is two different sides of the story. Yep. None of this makes sense. But I'm looking for one of these bad guys right now. I'm not kidding. We got to put up some nickels, man. Seriously, we got to add to that $200 million in cash merchandise exchanges and refunds. David, hold tight on that trash question. I got to take a break. And then the other one, does a 14-year-old have to pay taxes? Well, he hung up, but I'll give you the answer if you're listening. Hang on.
This report is sponsored by Envirotech.
Let's go on the south end of town there, westbound C470.
Yeah. What is the dental place called? Quick, it's not Dr. Kelly. What's it called? God, she should just use Dr. Kelly.
Abbott Dental Studio?
I got it. I'm ready. I'm ready. Avenue. Dr. Kelly, she is the owner of Avenue Dental Studio, and my wife, Suzanne, couldn't be more happy. She went over there, and you've got your temporaries in right now, but you got veneers, and they are gorgeous. You know something? They are so great over there, and what I love is the value Dr. Kelly brings to veneers and whatever else you need. Maybe it's just teeth whitening. Maybe you just need a new dentist because you're not happy. She brings value to everything she does. She has a way to maximize your money for the best look you could ever imagine. And here's a special that I think is really cool. Ready? New patient special. You get the full exam, you get the full x-rays, and you get the full cleaning for $59. This is a great way to get to know Dr. Kelly and all the great staff over there. We use them personally. I was just in there for a teeth cleaning like last week. They are absolutely wonderful, and remember, they do great cosmetic stuff, veneers, whitening. They also do implants, single implants, multiple. They can do a full mouth restoration, and once again, listen to me. They have the best bang for the buck and the best service. They don't cut on service. They just don't make as much. You have to check them out. She's got passion. 720-240-4740. 720-240-4740. Or just go check them out right now at avenuedentalstudio.com. Take advantage of that special. $59 for everything, including the cleaning, the x-rays, the exam. And it's good for anybody. It's good for kids. It's good for adults. Just check them out. Dr. Kelly and Avenue Dental Studio. Right. No more commercials.
So on the Ben Franklin, here's the three of those. Because there is no hazard of children.
Okay, well,
They
why
are,
isn't she reading that?
It was probably something different.
They are more prudent and discreet.
Okay, well, then we'll go right to that.
And lastly, they are so grateful.
See, there were a lot of words.
Okay. Leave it to Daft to mess the whole thing up.
No, I didn't know.
She's talking about a mop and a bucket.
No, that he said you can cover.
She's talking about vacuuming a house.
She was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Because the bag over the head?
Let me be the funny one.
A basket. Because they didn't have bags back then.
That's right. It was a basket. Put a basket over their head.
He was so good.
He's funny. I didn't know you were going to spin it that way. It didn't have it exactly as he had it, so.
Mark doesn't get synopsis. He thought it was
It's too big
synopsis.
Too big of a
You never said synopsis.
He was thinking schnapps.
Schnapps.
What?
He drank too?
Cinnamon? Is that cinnamon? What kind of schnapps was it? Get some of this off to him.
721-411.
What's tomorrow?
Thursday.
Boy, Don's is hitting it heavy duty, man.
Who's hitting it heavy duty?
Heavy duty, heavy duty, heavy duty.
Oh, tomorrow's Sprague Okay,
Tomorrow's what?
Roofing and snap.
Up north, right?
Your guy.
Fort Collins.
Fort Collins. We need a good roof.
You know,
up
we
there.
may need to, you know what? Talk about that, Sterling being hit.
Yes.
What'd they get hit by?
Yeah.
Really? Already?
Big time.
When?
A week ago.
Holy crap.
I tell you, the Plains gets it big time.
Okay, Jay is talking the 29th or 30th for racquetball next week. I assume that's next week. Let's get him on the books, bro. We're building a cult following. I'm going to start playing. What's that one guy play?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. But it'll be me versus all of yous. You know, you'd actually have a good chance of winning that because the five of you would be running around like Larry, Moe, and Curly, whacking each other up the head.
Poking each other in the eyes.
Shoot, rim shot. Sign out.
Jeez, I was watching the finals for Minnesota racquetball. Oh, God.
You can't even see them.
You can't even see the ball. You're right. You cannot see the ball.
They need to do, what's that, on hockey where they have the red following the puck?
They don't do that.
Not during the live game, on the other things they do.
No, they don't.
Of course they do.
No, they don't do it anymore.
Why?
Because now they have HD. You can see the puck.
Are you saying
I'm saying
that they never, not
No,
one
they
time
used to.
ever,
Not. I said anymore.
anymore? So they never do it anymore. Never, never. Not for practice. Never. Just don't do it. Not going to do it anymore. That's what you're saying.
Well, that's what I'm
You're
saying.
so wrong. What do you want to bet?
Okay, I'm gonna look it up here.
Daphne, did you know Dan can tell you where you got your blouse?
Blouse, it's so old school.
It is old school. He's old. He's old.
But I didn't go to school.
Didn't finish school. Let's see here.
What do you have to report over, 600 or 6,000?
Oh,
Okay, listen, real quick, for the guy that wanted to know about the taxes, if a 14-year-old, if she's getting paid on W-2, they are removing taxes. When you go to file, and you're the father or the mother or whatever, the family, and you guys file, you'll file those W-2s with her, and your taxes will be what your taxes are. If she's getting paid under the table, quite frankly, I wouldn't worry about it, but I guess technically, as the parents, you should be reporting it, but I don't know how much money you're talking about. I assume she's getting paid on W-2, and it'll work itself out. She will get a refund, or she won't, depending on how much you guys make. Now, Laura, I want to touch base real quick. We've got to call in, and we're going to figure out what's going on, but you're going to send me that receipt, correct? Send it, listen to me, send it to help@troubleshooter.com, and just put Dan's name on there. Send the receipt and all your contact info. Got it? We're going to help you out. We're going to reach out to him quick. Well, we already have. We're going to talk to him again after the show. Hopefully we've got a good update for you. David, what is your concern with your trash company? Real quick. Yeah. Oh, so I see what you're saying. They're charging you the $8 and they didn't even recycle it, right? I get where he's going. Hold on, David. David, I'm up on the music. I want to have you on tomorrow. Suzanne, make sure we get David's information. Oh, my name is Do the Hokey Pokey. So Ben Franklin said, do the hokey pokey according